Cold at the touch, dead in the eyes. No signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. It's black and white. Black and white, just let me go. It's only right for all I know. It's only matter. It's calico. It's black and white. Just let me go. It's only right for all I know. It's only matter. It's calico. It's black and white. White, white, white. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. It's black and white. It's black and white.
We are live. Oh my god, my camera just got a little fuzzy. We are live for another week of the Meseeks Mobile Mayhem Qualifiers NA event as we are seeing these teams joining in the lobby. That's right, guys. It is your boy Verdict, and as always, we've got my guy Gilmania. Gilmania, how you doing, my guy?
Mania, yes sir, I am in here. Thanks so much for that introduction. I am doing just fine, my friend. Getting geared up for the games that we're gonna have in here. Another week, another day for us to potentially see these two teams battling it out. Today we're gonna start off with Carnage Lux, right, Verdict?
That's right, Carnage and Lux Gaming going to be playing it out on a best of 3 here, as we do see the rotations come through. Hardpoint Summit, Search and Destroy Raid, Domination Firing Range if we see a Game 3. Map ban, Carnage Gaming opting to ban Tunisia, Search and Destroy. Lux opting to ban the Meltdown, Search and Destroy map. And weapon bans, we do see Carnage Gaming and the DRH. Lux with the QQ9, so we will see some Bison action, as we were fortunate enough to see a little bit of that last night from Tribe. Dude, those guys are like A1 with it, right?
Yeah, definitely are. Yeah, if you allow them to get a hold of that weapon for a few games, they're gonna take it and they're gonna shred you with it. They
Oh,
definitely
absolutely.
proved that to us yesterday.
Definitely one of those OP weapons. And as I call it tonight, I'm looking at our schedule. Tonight's matches, we were supposed to have 5, but it looks like we're going to have 4 now, as we do see the XrK Gaming and Fuse Gaming matchup going to be canceled due to Fuse not having any players. I'm not sure what the situation is there, but they are not going to be participating tonight. Ascension will be taking on Mafia X in our second matchup. Community Esports taking on Threat Level Gaming in our third. And our fourth, probably the most exciting one, that's going to be Shredded taking on Operation 34, right?
Yeah, Operation 34, one of the teams that we've recently got to know a bit more. Me personally, of course, I didn't know much about the team, but from what I've seen, they definitely have a lot of potential. And of course, Shredded, one of those teams that have proven to us that when they're like on a good streak, that can hurt you a lot.
You are absolutely right. Operation 34 made it to the finals, first time ever in their Meseeks Sunday Showdown history. And I do see Villa COD Mobile come through with the raid. I see you, Villa, man. I appreciate it, my guy. Definitely didn't want to neglect that, dude. So, Operation 34, definitely one of those exciting teams that are up and coming, as we'll continue to see a lot of these teams grow. And we'll see a lot of these teams not make it all the way through qualifiers, to be honest, as we did see a situation with Fuse Gaming come through. So, it's just one of those things. Like, if you have a steady roster, you won't have an issue having your guys join the lobby at set time. You won't have any issues with them playing it out and getting those screenshots in. If you don't, this is that make or break moment for those teams. So, we are going to get ready. We just have to verify a few things before this matchup starts. Again, this is Carnage Gaming taking on the guys over at Lux Gaming. And I'm reading, hold up, you a Packers fan? You're right, bro. I'm a huge Packers fan. Go Pack, go. Even though Aaron Rodgers might not be joining us back next season, still going to be a huge diehard Packers fan.
But for now, I do not. If I'm being honest with you, I don't follow football that closely, but yeah, I do. Like my father does, definitely like to watch that every now and then.
So give you a little bit of background
About
about myself. Like I played football my whole life. I played high school, college. I played semi-professional up until I was about 25. So football was definitely part of my life. Baseball was part of my life. I was a huge athlete as a young child. Ran track, played basketball. You name it, we did it. I can get out on a golf course and get down, bro. So any kind of sports are my favorite. But no, I'm sorry, Buffalo fan. Got you. I'm sorry for you, my guy. Buffalo definitely. Buffalo, poor guys. They have a decent team these past season or two, but definitely not that same history that Packers got, bro. But I do respect that Buffalo fan choice.
what about these two? Do you have a preferred team out of Luke's and Carnage from what you've seen from them?
Well, I know that Echo was saying something along the lines that Lux was actually like the #1 ranked Latam team. Is that right?
From the amateur series, I believe that's what he said. Yes, so that's definitely something to keep track on.
I've yet to see them play yet. I know that the guys over at Carnage Gaming definitely brought their A game. So
Mm-hmm.
What position did you play in football? I played many positions in football. I played fullback. I played tight end on offense. I ran quarterback a few times. But the position that I played in college was middle linebacker. So I played linebacker all throughout college and in the semi-pro league. So um, I was never fast enough to make it to D1, but I was a big, like, heavy hitting guy. So I, stayed in the middle of the field and just kind of dictated the traffic. Trying to keep up with this
So
chat,
from
bro.
that,
You said
yeah,
your dad watched sports, Gilmania?
yeah, he does watch football. Like he's not like a huge fan. He does watch it every now and then. The ones that he watches the most, I would say, are soccer and baseball. Alongside with a close third would be football. So yeah, he definitely likes watching sports.
That's neat, man. Baseball was, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Baseball was probably the better sport I was in. Like, I was probably better
Mm-hmm.
at baseball, but like watching baseball, that is such a drag, bro. It is like, um, it was like something that, you got 9 innings of like 4.5 hour gameplay. It's just so
Yeah.
slow. It takes a long time to get into the swing of things, and to really get into a baseball game, you probably have to be there, to be honest. Like, watching it on TV, not it, unless it's like the playoffs. We do see the team for Lux actually with a UID issue. So are they gonna have to 4v5? Appears as though we will start up the first match. Did you get any street fights? We won't talk about that. Street fights are, exactly what they say they are. They're from the street. We'll leave them on the street too.
Yeah, and we were talking about the issue from Lux, but I'm not sure if they are gonna be able to fix it in time. But like you mentioned, if they don't, they might be forced to going for a 5v4, which is definitely not optimal. But if you could find yourself in a way where you can at least scrap one game out of your opponents, in according to the tournament rules, that could definitely like help out to your own team to at least get a few points, right?
Definitely, bro. This is even if you don't take this first map, you take the second one, you'll still be able to get some points up here. The way that mobile Mayhem is structured nowadays, it definitely caters to the team who is able to win a game. So if it's a 2v1 or 2-1 scenario, the team who won one map will take 5 points. The team who took 2 will obviously take 15, unless it's a 2-0. 2-0 is awarded 20 points, and we'll actually be able to take a look at some of the scoreboard for thus far this season. But less about that, more about this this first game, as we do see all the players in here. We're going to go ahead and get started up.
Yeah, game number 1, Hardpoint on Summit. Like we previously mentioned, the DRH and the QQ9 are not going to be available. So that leaves the Bison open for business. And I find it quite interesting that a lot of the teams are deciding to ban this DRH specifically. Of course, it's an option that can help you in a lot of different situations. But it's quite a thing for me to notice that more teams are actually doing it. Not everyone, of course. We still have seen the Bison and QQ9 being taking most of the time place for bans, but yeah, in this game specifically, if you look at the weapons, you're gonna see most of the players are gonna be using the Bison. Only gonna be one Lux player using the Fennec. That is gonna be Sneak. Sneak using this Fennec with the Diamond Camo, who's now pushing onto that mid control area, getting a kill for himself onto Murcia. We're gonna see a pretty standard point number 1 in this map specifically, since it's so in the middle, and with so many entrances, it's going pretty back and forth between these two.
Yeah, on a map like this, and I know I'm reading chat and I'm thinking, like, I completely agree, but this map is definitely one of the more toxic hardpoint rotating maps. But it is still a more viable option than, say, Scrapyard. Scrapyard was added and taken out so fast, bro, it wasn't even funny. We saw it, debut on Mobile Mayhem like 2 seasons ago, and it's already made its way out of the mix. But I feel like this is still a decent competitive map. The first 2 points are decent. It's definitely going to allow players to thrive if they win their gunfights. The only thing that I am concerned about is with the fact that opted to not ban the PP-19 Bison, which is going to be one of those very versatile SMGs to add into the mix, as well as like a Fennec or you know, an MP7, which I still feel like is a viable option. So the MP5 obviously, but the BP-19 is still like it's literally like a smaller version of an LMG. It's got 64 bullets, hella damage, and it just, I mean, you could literally hip fire this thing from about 10 meters out and get hit markers.
Yeah, definitely you got that that damage, you got that mobility, you got those bullets from the LMG like you mentioned. It's definitely a super viable option. That's exactly what we see so many people who like to use it when it's brought into the table. So far, everyone on Carnage is gonna be using it. We're gonna see Brian, that's already onto double digits, the first one in the game, and with 12 kills himself, has been helping the team of Carnage a lot, which are now starting to rotate a little bit early onto P number 3. We do see that Lux is already inside of it. Let's see how well they can defend that side. And as you were talking in this point specifically, as it is right now with the spawns, it's of course really important to you to look out of where you're positioning as a team, because it doesn't matter if you are only inside. You gotta have those players spread out throughout a bigger area if you want to prevent enemies from actually spawning behind you.
And as we say that, I do see Daddy Hub come through with the gifted sub to Pop, man. Enjoy it, bro. Daddy Hub, a huge supporter of the channel, man. Huge supporter of you, Daddy Hub. Unfortunately, we saw you guys get taken out by Tribe 2-0 last night. I know you tried your hardest, bro. Especially when you go against a guy, you know, guys like Tribe in the first round. It's definitely tough overcoming things. I know I was reading chat earlier, or last night as well. You said you didn't have a competitive team for the championship, bro? Are you not going to run with the guys that you ran with last night? I'll let you respond accordingly, but we are going to see P4 open up, and we have the guys over at Lux with a 27-point advantage. As even though Brian from Carnage is popping off, it's not going to be enough to hold back these Lux Gaming players, as we do see them have like a 25-point advantage at the moment. They're going to have the opportunity here to get a break on Carnage, as we do see them get a successful one. They're not going to be able... Oh, boy, Villa with the 3-piece. He's going to be flashed and taken down, and that is going to be pretty much how this P number 4 is going to start off and go through, as we do see 30 seconds cut through. Guys over at Lux Gaming still racking up those points.
Yeah, and so far, I want to point out that in the previous point, it was pretty much like 100% dominance from Lux. They did lose control for a few seconds, but overall, they started losing. The previous point, they ended up winning that one. On this fourth hill, we're gonna notice how Lux, and specifically Eevee, now doing an amazing job with the Bison, now getting taken out. But overall, the control over the hard point by Lux in the last 2 hard points has been so good that is slowly but surely increasing their advantage, now getting closer to 100 points for themselves. Eevee is still doing an amazing job, now getting onto his 18th kill, 19 as he gets the shot onto Shorty, and now making a defense. He's even like pretty much spawn trapping the enemies right now.
Be playing super aggressive here, and that is going to continue to extend Lux's 30-point lead here, as P number 1's open up 15 seconds in. We're going to see the guys over at Carnage actually get a hold here, as they haven't had a complete point or any kind of dominant point at all in this game. It's all been the guys over at Lux popping off. Lux getting some contestant time. We do see Blasty, or Blastsees. Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say Blasty because that's what it looks like to me. Blast C. Get a little bit of hill time there, but he is going to be taken down, and we are going to see again some more time for the guys over at Carnage Gaming. That is much needed. That 30-point lead is cut in all. It's going to be a 2-point deficit now that the boys got to recover, as Carnage Gaming back in this thing. It's been one of those games for them.
Yeah, it almost feels like Carnage definitely dominates a bit more these sort of chaotic areas, which are point 1 and P2, specifically because that's when they got their advantage. And now in the second rotation of hard points, is gonna be when they get back into the game. As of right now, they are actually even into the lead. I do see Villa trying to survive inside of the hill with only 3 HP. He's gonna get pushed over by the Lux players. He's gonna get 1 kill for himself. He's gonna be pushing, ends up dying, but surviving for long enough is one of those moments where maybe he's not getting the kills, he's not getting the points, but he's at the same time preventing enemies from getting OVJs that can be pretty important, and as much as important as it is to get points yourself, it is just to prevent your enemies from getting any for themselves.
Absolutely right. We take a look at the scorecard. Brian from Carnage, 28-19, 24-15 for Blasties. Villa, 19-22 for the guys over at Lux, 24-20 for Sneaks. Evie, 24-21, 20-23 for Italy. So a pretty neck-and-neck game, as we do see Carnage actually take a little bit of an advantage now going into the rotations of P3. Do we have consent to jump into VCs of these guys? Because I do see them in the actual Discord, so I'd be interested in hearing how these guys are calling out.
Yeah, I guess I don't know about confirmation, but as soon as we get it, it would be nice to be joining them, see what they're doing, what they're thinking, and talking to one another. As like you mentioned, it's pretty neck to neck. There's a slight advantage for Carnage, but we've also seen it in favor of Lux, so it can be swinging back onto their favor at any given moment. And so far, it's just that, you know, both of them are trying to gain control of their heal for more than a few seconds. And Lux has been able to do it in 1 or 2 situations. Carnage has been able to do it in 1 or 2 situations. But in most of them, it's been just back and forth fight and neck-to-neck situations. Right now, Ryan, like, just shredding their opponents, being the highest fragger on the entire game with 34 kills himself. And alongside with his team are now going to be rotating towards the next heal, the next hard point, to make sure that they can start that defending in a way against their opponents. Brian right there is going to be getting a kill onto Sneak. Sneak, he's going to end up dying himself, but overall providing that defense to the allies.
And I'm reading in chat, we don't have permission to my knowledge, to join the VC. So without that consent, we'll just continue to stay here, and we'll keep you guys updated as we move along the series. If we get something that changes, we'll let you guys know. But until then, just enjoy the gameplay as we do see Carnage Gaming with a 40-point advantage almost, as Lux is going to try and get into this fourth hard point, fourth and final one. And what a game this has been for Carnage, as they start off a bit slower, but have definitely came through in the clutch here, as they do have a 40-plus point advantage going into about 20 seconds left of this hill. Sneaks in Italy going to push in. Oh my god, how are they letting Blasty just sit there and blast him? He's finally taken out, but the damage has been done. About only 8 seconds left. This is what I'm talking about with the actual PP19 Bison spraying. Dude, these guys just spraying the hell out of these guns. And you can afford to do it with a clip like that, and with the damage that this thing does. It literally, from the range that they're hitting people from, it's a 4-tap on any part of the body. It could be chest, it could be arm, it could be leg, multiplier, it doesn't matter. It's all the same, as I do have my dog right here now. What you doing, buddy? You just gonna sit here underneath daddy? Pups, Herschel is like right underneath my foot. I definitely don't see what's going on, dude. And I'm reading in chat. HG40 meta was definitely my time. That was probably when I was the best at the game, when the HG40 was hella great.
Yeah, one of those moments where the SMGs were at peak, and then there was some sort of changes, and then the HG40 came in there. Yeah, I don't think we've seen it in quite a while now, right? Since that, there was like a silent nerf before they actually nerfed it, right? Where people just started to notice how, like, it just felt off in a way.
It did feel off, bro. I remember when they secretly nerfed it. It was one of those times where I was sitting there questioning myself. I was like, I'm hitting shots, bro, but it's taking so long to get like enemies down. I'm not sure what the situation was, and then sure enough, like a day later, they released a update that nerfed it, but it had already been nerfed prior to that update. As I was one of the ones that noticed it, and you can tell because I was very frustrated. I was super pissed. That was like my OP gun. You could hip fire that gun for days, and that's where I thrive at, bro. You put me with a gun that hip fires for days like that, and is as accurate and has great damage, I'll pop off. The HG40 meta was so great back then.
Yeah, but like right now it's just not anymore. Maybe one of those weapons that you could try to hit fire, like you mentioned. It can be with a Bison. Sometimes people like to try it out with the QXR, but it doesn't feel the same. And talking a little bit back into the game, we're gonna notice that actually Carnage is on the brink of getting this one home. They only need less than 15 points as of right now. They're still gonna be starting their rotation towards the next hard point, and it almost feels like Lux is in the brink of losing game number one as Blasty gets a kill onto Murcia and continues to defend that side. The spawns are going to be in favor of Carnage, who are just about to gain back control over the area. No, they're actually going to get rushed over by Lux and getting eliminated quite quickly as they try to approach that area.
Yeah, but the bad thing is the guys over at Carnage Gaming don't have spawn side control. They don't have anything, and they're going to be spawning out until they do. As we see them pushing in one by one. That's ultimately going to be their demise. As we do see the guys over at Lux actually having a great hold on P number 3 here. This back tower side spawn is where we're going to be seeing a lot of action at. As Dietrich is actually going to be there to contest. But it is going to go back in favor of Carnage, as we do see Italy trying to push in. Italy not going to be able to go in and take any time off the hill, and that is going to do it.
Oh no!
Carnage game and takes game number one, 250 to 228. A hell of a close first game.
Yeah, like for a second, there was a hope, there was a chance for Lux that they just lost for a second and they just couldn't get inside of the hill soon enough. That is gonna bring the victory for Carnage Gaming. Brian, like if you look at the scoreboard, that's a 50 bomb right there. That's something that not a lot of players can say that they've achieved in an environment like this one.
It's a draw. Stand down.
And Brian popping off with 51 kills. I didn't even see Villa and Blasty. Blasty got 50 kills. How the hell did both of these guys get 50 kills?
Oh, Blasty as well. Yeah, I didn't
Blasty
notice
popped. I
that
mean, I knew
either.
he was in a corner for P4 that one rotation. And he got like 4 of them like that. It was nothing. And they just kept pushing in and getting taken out. But GG's. Carnage Gaming takes game number one on the backs of Brian, Villa, and Blasty. 2 minutes and 4 seconds for Villa. OP, that's definitely going to earn you an MVP point in my category. As even though you didn't drop 50 kills, you got 45 and you got twice as much time as either of those two guys. GG's
Mm-hmm.
Villa. Game number one goes to the guys over at Carnage Gaming pending screenshots. So, ResDog, if I hear you talking any more about S36 meta, bro, I will ban you, bro. I'm kidding.
I actually don't know about that one. Like I got into the game a bit later after that, and I just got like some sort of horror stories about what went down in the rank system back then.
Bro, it was like it was a dark time where you would see players just camping like tractor side or box side of standoff, dude, and they would just spray and pray that damn S36 or my favorite was when you played a game in Rank and Scrapyard Domination was still in the mix. Holy shit, bro. It was terrible, bro. You got all that round of ammo, bro, and it's just spraying and praying, dude. These guys were just so toxic with it. That was way before I knew about metas and whatnot. It was probably when I first started getting into the game, to be honest. Like I had started playing beforehand, but I started off on like Battle Royale first. So I
Mm-hmm.
transitioned to multiplayer, and the first meta that I got to witness was the S36 one, and that was right around the time that they released the S36 uh, Legendary Crate or Legendary Lucky Draw. But it was also a time when they had what is it, bundles available in some areas. Like some players would be able to get bundles. They pay 2,000 COD points and get everything out of the Lucky Draw. Where some players had to spend a massive amount of COD points in order to get the lucky draw. Now they just did away with the bundles altogether for lucky or for legendary weapons and put it all in lucky draws for obvious reasons. But you all know how that
Yeah.
goes. Put it in chat, guys. If you had an opportunity to get the legendary items inside of bundles, let me know. If you've always been a lucky draw area, let me know too. Because I always found that stuff kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting at best the way they've decided to handle that with making pretty much every legendary And of course now Mythic, the new category that has caused some sort of trouble. Like I find it quite odd that they have been released with those audio issues. But yeah, it's definitely quite high the price you gotta pay for like a warranty of you getting certain stuff that you want to get for the lucky draw. But yeah, that's the way that this game is rolling for that matter.
All right, we are going to see game number 2, a Search and Destroy on Raid. Uh, B, where the second matchup is going to be held. Cordite can be most underrated gun at the moment. I don't know, bro. I haven't had a chance to try out the Cordite recently, but I do remember that when the Cordite was first released, and like it was one of those guns that I could hip fire with greatly.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
yeah, that gun could beam. It was like, I mean, I was talking about 10 meters for the guys using the Bison. That gun could beam 20 to 25 meters easily with
It
no
was
damage or
crazy.
recoil, bro. It was just so OP.
Yeah, like in that period of time, I was unable to get the weapon. Like I got there a little bit later when it was like not possible unless you got I think it was like a lucky draw or something like that. I couldn't get it, but I was just so anxious to be like not able to play with it while I saw others just not only having fun but like sort of being toxic. Like it was crazy. Like you mentioned, 20 to 25 with an SMG and with that damage with nearly no recoil. Like it was just madness. It was
Absolutely.
pure madness.
It was, dude. That gun literally had no kind of recoil when you hit fired. I mean, it literally looked like it did whenever you ADS'd. It was crazy. Carnage Gaming going to be on the defending side as we do see Brian pick up the first kill. He's going to be money room. He's going to be contested by another. He takes down Retired.
Need backup.
He retires Retired. Imagine. 5v3 scenario now as we do see Lux down to one player. It's going to be Italy. Italy's going to go ahead and look at this guy. Plant the bomb.
He
Guy,
is
plant it,
planting the
bro.
bomb. Oh, that's so unfortunate. He got caught into the hands of Carnage, who has a perfect round. It doesn't drop a single player, and pretty pretty unfortunate for Italy to start planting the bomb in that certain second. But what can you do? Like we're gonna see that the sniper from Lux, Detri. Let's see what he can do. He probably should try to do something to provide any sort of advantage for the players to begin with. But overall, they definitely didn't have the round that they needed for Lux. This time around, they're gonna start a little bit better as Eevee gets a kill, but now the Sneak gets out, Detri gets a snipe, Detri gonna be in the middle of a fight against Blasty. Blasty gets a kill and evens things out. This is now a 3v3 between these two. As now Eevee and Tink are gonna be, like, a lot of people are falling off at the very same second. Only a 1v1 remaining between Blasty and Italy.
That is right, guys. Blasty taking on Italy. We saw Italy in a 1v5 scenario opt to plant the bomb. He's going to be spotted by Blasty. Blasty going to do exactly what his name says, and Blasty, as we do see 2-0 now for Carnage Gaming. They are up in the series 1-0. They are also up in the Search and Destroy 2-0. But let's be fair, Lux Gaming may have a better defending strategy. If they're able to get at least 1 or 2 rounds here on the attack side, we might see a competitive Search and Destroy. If not, it's going to be a 2-0 series for the guys over at Carnage.
Yeah, the distance and the path that you gotta follow through in order for you to get into the bombs in this map can be a little bit problematic. So yeah, like you mentioned, if they are able to at least get a couple of rounds out of the hands of Carnage and then they start defending, that could be a lot better. But as of right now, it doesn't seem to be that way as Brian picks up the first kill. Italy now getting his second kill, getting a shot onto Shorty. Shorty gets annihilated. Murcia gets a snipe onto Detri, eliminating the sniper from Lux. It's gonna be a 4v3 in favor of Carnage, who now gets it even higher as Italy falls short. Sinks tries to get a kill himself. He does, but ends up dying. And this is gonna be a 1v3. And with Retired with being the only one alive, with no control over the bomb and about 30 seconds remaining, he does get a kill onto Bila. But I don't feel like that's gonna be enough time for him to have a strategy to get the bomb and plant it as well.
Yeah, and he's still got like 2 top fraggers to deal with. That's Brian and Murcia. He takes down Brian, which is a much more manageable situation. Bomb is on the outskirts here, and I do believe he's going to go ahead and contest Mercia. Mercia spots him
Wow,
and
he was
lasers him.
ready.
Good shot. And I was
He
just
was
telling Grimity
definitely
in chat,
ready.
dude, I'm not trying to get nuked on. I damn for sure I'm not gonna get nuked on. I don't care how bad I am at the game. Shell Grimity, I just now getting back on the COD mobile grind, and I still got it a little bit. You know, I'm not a complete bot. I'm decent in areas where, you know, I don't put myself out there to get killed, 50 times a game.
Ooh, this time around it seems like the A push is gonna go smoothly as they don't lose a single player. They plant the bomb, 40 seconds remaining. Detri even gets a double kill with a sniper onto Brian and Bila getting... Brian is definitely gonna be huge. Blasty now getting the kill onto Retire. And the two snipers are still alive. Murcia is trying to approach those staircase down the court. Can he do it? He seems to be willing to push a bit awkwardly as he is now like being in a way watched by the enemies. He is now gonna be pushing that pool area, that bar. He gets taken out. Everyone from Carnage is eliminated. That is gonna be first round in favor of a Lux Gaming. Lux, sorry, that definitely needed a round already because this was definitely turning out against them.
Yeah, this was starting to be a very lopsided game. It looks like Lux finally starting to take the game into their own hands as we do see a much more stable push and a well thought out strategy that panned out. Mercia going to go ahead and spoil this first round as Mercia takes down one. Mercia is going to get traded as Italy gets taken down. Ivy and Italy going to be the last two alive. It's a 2v3 and the bomb is in the hands of Italy. They are going to go ahead and play this cubby area, and it looks like they are going to be pushed from two different angles. Shorty Stink up top of the staircase. Staircase going to get the better of that situation, and Cubby gets pushed by multiples. It's going to be 4-1 as the sides are flipping, and like I said, let's not get it twisted. Lux Gaming might have a better defending strategy, as some teams prefer the defending side. We'll see if giving them the benefit of the doubt here is. We do see them on the defending side. So 4-1 in favor of Carnage Gaming. If they get 2 more rounds, we will call it a wrap for this series as Carnage Gaming will take this one at 2.
Yeah, it was a really coordinated push for the last player from Lux. They ended up pushing 3 at a time. He could not do nothing. He ended up dying. This is gonna be now the teams flipping sides. Evie getting a kill for himself onto Brian. He's gonna be defending that middle area. That in raid now going into the kitchen, trying to spot an enemy that might be like trying to rotate from the backside. He is now going to be pushing with that 117, a weapon that we might not see too often, but it can be viable in certain situations if you know how to push with it. As I say that, he gets a kill onto Bila and evens things out. That's going to be a 3 versus 3. But there's only 15 seconds remaining. Let's see if they can figure something out in that remaining time. Maybe he's going to get a double kill. And now, there's only one player remaining.
Oh,
Blasty finds them
Blasty!
pretty lined up for him to get the kill. That is something that shouldn't have happened. That was I cannot help myself but blame it on Lux.
You know what, bro? Like, after seeing that, I just starting to question Lux altogether, bro. There was 2 players on the bomb site directly. Like, how did you not know that one player was going to come from red when one of your teammates just died from red? That had to process. Even if you didn't get the call-outs, you got to know, hey, I had a teammate that was just in red, right? So that guy's got to be coming from that area. Wrong. These guys just lined up like they wanted to die, bro. Right on side of the bomb. And I don't know where the disconnection was. There's not any kind of game sense that involved anything there for the guys over at Lux, as we do see Mercy and Villa, the last 2 players alive for Carnage Gaming. Bomb is in the hands of Villa as he's going to be on this sniper perch area. He's going to spot Italy. Italy gets lasered. So Villa's going to take down 1, and now we're going to see Snicks actually get the kill, and that's going to leave Mercia in a 1v3 scenario. I'm sure that bomb was called out as it was not even a matter of a situation there, as we do see he get taken out there. So, yeah, dude, I'm not going to say it was bot moves, but I'm not 100% sure what the train of thought was for Lux going into, that defense there. Like, literally, Brian was in a 1v2 scenario. We've got 2 easy kills for them pretty much stacking the bomb. No one looking in the other direction, and they got violated.
Yeah, most definitely, it's some sort of miscommunication, and like you mentioned, even if not, like there should have been some thought process to make that a call out themselves. But in the next two rounds after that, they've gotten the first one, and now they're gonna have a one-player advantage. Detri with a sniper is gonna spot one enemy, gonna miss the first shot, but Eevee gets the kill onto Blasty, leaving Brian on his own. Brian now gets taken out. Sneaks is gonna get the defusal. Lux gets two rounds in a row, but they are still on the brink of losing this game, and all because of that simple mistake, right? Right now, we could have been even 4-4 if they would have won that round, but we will never know as they somehow decided to play it that way.
Yeah, that was definitely something that could have been prevented, as we are going to see guys over at Carnage Gaming in another game point opportunity. They could get it here. They lost the last round on the backs of Lux playing a little better than they normally have. So Lux, if you're able to keep it up with that same kind of momentum, we might see a game three. But that's all going to depend on if the guys over at Lux pull all their screenshots. From my knowledge, okay, there we go. Italy picking up two. From my knowledge, I don't think they've gotten
Okay.
the system down for screenshots as of yet. So, before we could say anything going into a potential game three, gonna need to get screenshots from all these Lux guys as they missed all of them the first game, bro. All of them. Not one, not two, not three, five. All five of them.
Yeah, hopefully that won't happen again, as it almost feels like they're really, really trying to go for the comeback route. Now being 5-4, there's gonna be a four-man push towards that A-bomb. Skins Sneaks is gonna get one kill and then gets lasered by Brian. Blatzy falls through as he gets the kill onto Retire. That's gonna be a 4v3. They're probably gonna be planting the bomb soon, and now Brian and Detri both getting a kill with that grenade, making it sort of even. But now Bila with that kill onto Eevee is gonna leave Italy in a 1v3. Italy, who had a really, really rough start, is now with 7 kills, getting the 8th one onto Bila. He's now in a 1v2. The bomb is gonna get planted, but Italy definitely having a better game that he started up with.
Yeah, Italy coming through in the clutch for Lux here. He's gonna have to pull off a 1v2, which is definitely possible. But it's gonna be against one of the higher gun skilled players in the map up. What I do see is Brian rotating jungle side. Brian gonna get spotted. Brian's gonna be taken down. Jungle's gonna be occupied by Mercia. Mercia has a Bison in hand, only 18 seconds to work with. And Italy might get blasted from behind here, as I do see Italy making their rotation over to the bomb site. Mercia is not aware of the location. He's going to spot him. It might be a day late, dollar short. Oh, he's just playing time. That's all he needs. That's game. Lux
That's all he
going to go ahead
needs.
and take a L here. Italy plays for KD. It doesn't matter. Bombs defused. Game's over. We are done with this series. Carnage takes it in 2. And I'm starting to question that round that they had a 1v2 scenario that could have
Mm-hmm.
clutched up, but it is what it is. It's how we've seen it pan out here.
Yeah, definitely. We can only wonder what could have been if that round would have been the other way around. But that's only speculation. As of right now, the final score that we got is 6-4 in favor of Carnage, a 2-0 sweep in their favor, and a really good chunk amount of points for themselves. As we're on the earlier stages, and being able to get as many 2-0 victories in your favor is gonna be really, really crucial for yourself if you want to get that spot for the Mobile Mayhem.
That is right. We are going to see scorecard here as Blasty goes 13-6, pops off for Carnage Gaming. Brian 7-8, and even though Mercia goes 6-8, I got to give it to Mercia. They clutched up that last round. They could have took it to a round 11. But they played time very well. They didn't play overly aggressive. Sure, they died at the end, but it doesn't matter, dude. Carnage came and secured the dub off of his gameplay. And even though he wasn't anywhere near the bomb initially, he peaked at the right time, and that's all that matters. So, game, set, match. GG's to Lux, GG's to Carnage. Carnage takes the series in 2, and definitely going to be some points that they're going to need moving forward onto the season, as we are in week 2 of the Meseeks Mobile Mayhem Qualifiers event. That's going to bring us to our next matchup, right?
Yeah, next matchup that now will be, let me check it in here, we have it, it's now instead gonna be Ascension against Mafia X. I'm not sure if we got like 100% confirmation about the other situation. We're also waiting on screenshots. Let's let that be said, of course. We gotta make sure that everyone's sending those screenshots in place for the game. But yeah, in theory, I believe that next game would be Ascension against Mafia X.
Yes, I do believe we were going to see XrK, which is the and Parka's team, but the team that they were set to play was Fuse Gaming, and to my knowledge, they are no longer playing in the tournament altogether. I don't know. We'll figure it out as they forfeit. So Fuse opting to forfeit, they are not going to be playing tonight, so we won't be able to see XrK make their Mobile Mayhem or Meseeks Mobile Mayhem qualifiers debut. We'll be waiting. Obviously, we're going to be waiting for screenshots for both teams from this past game, but I don't think Carnage is going to have an issue as they've participated in tournaments past. I've never seen Lux play in an phone tournament, not any of ours at least. So there is a bit of disconnect when it comes to situations like that for newer teams. But if you want to continue to thrive in, a mobile mayhem format, you're gonna have to get used to it for the time being, as everything is still on phone at the moment. I'm not sure what the future is gonna hold for competitive Call of Duty Mobile, as I've seen a few things change here and there, and one of our mobile mayhem EU teams for the spring season actually dropped out of the playoffs because they moved to iPad. So things happen so quickly nowadays that I don't even want to say this is going to be the normal for, the remainder of the time that I'm casting. I'm just going to say it's the normal for now. So you got to get with it or get gone, bro. This is just how things work. So we'll get ready for the next series of the night as we'll see Ascension and
Mafia X.
Mafia X play in this best of three. Before we get those teams in here, it should be a moment. We're going to take a moment to hear a word from our sponsors. We're going to take a short intermission, so we'll be right back, guys. right, guys, we have Mafia X taking on Ascension. Ascension is going to be the new LA gaming team. They have gone under Ascension for the time being. And to answer your question, Hub, yes. My set, the headset that I have on now, the wireless ones, they're wired just because I don't really feel like charging them outside of, having that. But they are wireless, so they have a cable. Like if I unplug this cable, they're wireless. So they have a cable that you can connect in. So they're both. But I don't really, feel like dealing with with charging and whatnot when it comes to stuff like that. So, send me the ones you got so we can match. Oh, bet, dude, you can have the ones I have on my head right now. I'll just get the guys over at HyperX to send me a new pair. I don't know. I think they just, to be honest with you, I think HyperX just marked them down as whenever I first saw them, they were like $200. Right now they're like $150. So HyperX major discounts at the moment. And they got some pretty sweet color options too. Like I'm looking on their website right now, they got the rose gold, which is pretty sweet. The white and rose gold. I got the gunmetal, which is the black on black, or the black on gunmetal, really. But
Yeah,
there's
those
a
colors, I
bunch
feel
of
like they look pretty sweet, right?
yeah,
They
dude.
look pretty
There's a
classy.
bunch of headsets that they have. If you don't like the over-the-ear ones, which I can't play games without the over-the-ear ones now. I played with the I had the Beats. Let me show you. This is what I used to play with. Like the Beat little Pros. I don't even know what the names of them are. But I got those and I got Studios as well that I used to play with. And bro, I can never go back to playing on something like that again. I just can't do it, bro. It's like when I was a teenager, I was okay with living with my parents, right? But then when I got out and got my own place, like I got used to all the luxuries of living by yourself. Of course, you got, bills and whatnot, but I could never go back to living with my parents, bro. It couldn't be me. You'll never see me catching a ride from somebody either. I did that all throughout high school. We lived southern Florida. We pretty much walked or rode our bikes everywhere. And if it was somewhere further, we just caught a ride. Now you'll never catch me in someone else's vehicle, man. That's just not me. Won't go back to a decent, a downgrade from a headset. Won't go back to riding with other people. Won't go back to living with my parents. Just a few of the the never will I ever do ever again situations. Solar, what's good, bro?
Seems like we also have all the players ready.
There we go. Game number 1 about to start up. That's going to. Did we talk about the rotations and everything? I don't think we did.
I do not think we did, but
I
I
got
think
it
I
pulled up right
saw
here.
it a second ago.
I'm gonna post it real quick. I'll let you run through it.
Right, yeah, I do have it right now. We good? Okay, so like we said, this is Ascension going up against Mafia X for game number 1. It would be Hardpoint on Raid, moving on to Search and Destroy Tunisia, if necessary a game of Domination on Standoff. About the banned maps from Ascension is going to be Domination Hackney Yard, for Mafia X, Hardpoint Firing Range, and the banned weapons. This time around are going to be a little bit different. From Ascension, the DRH again, and for Mafia X, the Bison, the PP19, is not going to be available for anyone to take.
So we're gonna see 10 MP5s in this hardpoint raid, and I'm assuming 10 MP5s in the. Well, no, maybe not in the Search and Destroy. Actually, the raid hardpoint we might not see 10 MP5. So this is actually a decent rotation to ban both of those weapons on. MP5 is viable on standoff to an extent. It's viable to an extent on raid, but Tunisia, I don't feel like it is. The best advantage to have. You're going to see a mix of ARs and SMG usage. So I feel like this is a well-balanced ban right here. DRH and PP19 being banned.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. I'm not sure of how many SMGs we can see in Tunisia. but it's definitely a place where we're gonna see most ARs being used because of the kind of places where you can both attack and defend. It's not that usual that you're gonna counter those close range scenarios unless you like already trying to be like extremely pushing onto the opponents or being extremely defensive by just hiding until someone goes around the corner, stuff like that. So the ARs are gonna be, in my opinion, gonna be placed in Tunisia as well. So as you mentioned on raid perfectly, it's a place where you can get some good places for you to be at, not necessarily in all the hard points. So that means that you gotta think outside of the box. There's gonna be scenarios where you might not be able to be inside of it, but outside of it by defending allies. Which, if you think about it, it's not always the move with a new spawn set. So that could also mean that we do see more people try to opt for an AR instead of the MP5.
So I'm gonna go on a limb here and say Mafia X is in red, and the guys over at Ascension, or essentially the LA Gaming team, are going to be on the blue side. As I do see a name that really does pop off to me, that's going to be a Ludify, a content creator. I know he used to stream on Trovo. I haven't seen him at all recently. Not a little bit at all, as I do see him making his way back onto the scene. Maybe he's been here the whole time. Maybe I've just not been here as much as I used to be. But he's one of those names that you'll see like leaderboard area of ranks. So interested to see how this matchup starts off. And we do see the guys over at Mafia X with a bit of an advantage, as we do see Foreign with 5 kills and a lot of hill time here. 28 seconds left on the clock here, and as we see them racking up more and more points, they're just going to have even more than an advantage, though, as we do see Simo say Cameron is his name. Cameron, get out of here, bro, with the cap. P1 down and out, 10 seconds left. The guys over at Mafia X going to have a hefty lead, making the rotations over to the laundry side of things. But it does look like the guys over at Ascension have a early advantage on P2, right?
Yeah, completely right. Nearly fully immersed inside of it, not allowing anyone to go nearby. I was gonna mention the fact that there's not a single AR. From what I said, I was completely wrong. We do see full of MP7, only a single Fennec being placed, but not a single AR at all. And I want to point out Foreign from Mafia X, who's just having a blast. 8 kills, and I do believe that he hasn't died just yet. He has not died. He's already, and he just died.
You bastard, you jinxed him, dude. 8-0, and you just happened to say it. Nope, he didn't. Yep, he did. And just as you spoke his name, bro, he died. So 65-15, P2 has been grateful to the guys who are Mafia X, as they have a 60-plus point lead going, or 50-plus point lead going into the transitions for P3. That's going to be garage area. With Psycho not on the board yet, that kind of concerns me. Maybe a slow start for these guys, as we do see them starting to, close off that deficit, as we do see them actually get a break onto the garage site. They got 3 more players AC side to take out. They take down 1, 2, 3. That's it. Great start for P3. Garage going to be where we're going to see the action at for the guys over at Ascension, as they have found themselves in a deficit. They have buried themselves a little deep, but they are going to go ahead and bury them, or get themselves out of that burial, as we do see them recover some of those points. AC going to be pushed again. Psycho getting yet to get on board, but plenty of assists so far.
Yeah, we're still yet to see Psycho getting a kill for himself, but like you mentioned, the remaining of the allies from Ascension doing a really good job at getting the kills, keeping control. Right now they're gonna get taken out of garage by Mafia X, but quickly we're gonna see Claps and the company getting inside of there trying to defend. Once again, Mafia X clears them out. But overall, like you mentioned, the deficit of about 50 points was able to be reduced to about 30 or so, now back onto 40. But as they are now going to be rotating early, once again, into this court, I do expect them to try to defend this as much as possible, and hopefully even this out, so they can bring back into the fight. Like you mentioned, they had a rough start, but even Psycho himself has been able to get a couple of kills himself. Now getting the 3rd one and the 4th one onto Mafia X, Psycho definitely back in place, and alongside with his allies are going to be defending this point.
Great hole here on this court side of the map as we do see Splashy pick up a few kills. He gets taken down as Mafia X gets a initial break. They have a 30-plus point lead, which is a lot lower than what they started off with. I think it was like a 50-plus going on 60. But we do see the guys over at Ascension with a slow start. Doesn't matter how you start, it's always about how you finish. Foreign going to push in, Foreign going to be taken out. He's got a cluster in hand, so he could use that at any point. I'm not sure he will use it here, though, so we'll see as we do see the guys over at Mafia X lose a little bit of their 30-point advantage. Have no fear, we're still about, the very beginning of the game. P5. Oh, Psycho!
Psycho!
Big three-piece now. As I was just talking about being concerned with him having 0 kills. He's got 11 now. As I said, slow start for him. Doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. Definitely helps when you have a great start, though. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's better off to go right ahead into getting the kills. But of course, like we just witnessed, Psycho was just not able to start off like that, but now he's killing it as he gets a double piece onto Broken Heart and X-Log. He is now going to be approaching the proximities of this kill of this P in the middle of the map. He's not gonna get at all inside of the OVJs. I don't think I've seen him get too often inside of the heals, but overall pretty much just being outside of them and defending, and it seems to be working now for him as his team has gotten over 100 points themselves. They are now for the first time into the lead, and they continue to try to increase their own advantage, and they are gonna get taken out with only so few seconds remaining, and already Mafia X rotating towards the next hard point. Like you mentioned, Ascension back into the game.
Ascension starting slow, have no fear though, as I will continue to say, it's not how you finish, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, but I'm still one of those guys that believe in like setting the tone early. If you're able to get into the game and just pop off the rip, you know that you're going to have a good game if you can get that flow state going early. We are going to see what was a 30-point advantage for the guys over at Mafia X now be converted over to the guys over at Ascension, as they now have a 40-plus point advantage going into halfway through P number 1. Clap's going to pick up a kill. He's got a Predator missile, and he is about 210 points away from a cluster. Will he be able to get it here? We're going to be on board with him until we see him get taken out. Hardpoint is 20 seconds from being taken. The rotations over to P2. We are going to see a contest from the guys over at Mafia X as they opt to go ahead and push and go to the next hill, as I did see Claps get closer. He's about 110 points away from that cluster. He's going to be taken out 10 points shy. That's unfortunate, bro. I was rooting for you, as we do see the guys over at Ascension getting their feet wet here in this hardpoint game. They're playing their lights out as we see 174 to 98 point game. This is a much different game than we saw start off.
Yeah, 70 points for Ascension to be in the lead. They're all gonna be rotating towards this kitchen area. They're gonna get everyone from Mafia X that seem to be now the ones struggling the most. We've seen them just try out different strategies. Now they are the ones that have to adapt to the way that their opponents are playing. They were trying to put on their own plans to begin with, but minute after minute it just feels like it's falling apart. Brain still with a cluster strike on the back to potentially be using it pretty soon, but overall he's not used it just yet, and even if he was, I don't think that would have been enough for the team to be able to do anything with the dominance from Ascension right now. Pretty much all of them onto over 20 kills. Only Eludify is gonna be 2 kills shy of that. The next rotation is gonna be towards the garage area. Is gonna be being made by Mafia X. Will they be able to defend? I don't know, but what I do know is that Ascension just proving to us that they are in here for a reason, and they are gonna be they're not gonna be demotivated by the fact that they started off losing. They're gonna go back in place. They're gonna reform themselves, have a different approach to each heal, and now on a brink of getting game number 1 in their favor.
He went from being down by 50 points to now being up by 100 almost, as halfway through this garage area. We're going to see Mafia X play a little more aggressively on the hill, as we see some more time go in their favor. Goat Leo going to push up Laundry side. What I'm concerned with is Foreign's ability to hold that cluster strike, bro. It's like if you put $50 in my pocket, man, I'm going to find a way to blow it within the next hour. Like, I can't have cash in my pocket. You know, I just burned that. You know, if you put a cluster in my hands, I'm going to find a way to burn it. Maybe he's holding on to it for the last, scenario case. But I just don't want him to heavily rely on something like that, as you can't really take out basketball court. Well, there we go. He's finally using it. Here we are criticizing him for holding on to it, and he doesn't get a single kill with it, but it is going to allow the guys over at Mafia X the opportunity to get a potential break, as it prevented anybody from rotating onto the hill directly, but it's not going to prevent them from doing so afterwards, as they maintain spawns. And we're going to see Goat Leo now rock his, as everyone for the guys over at Mafia X are going to be inside of this cubby. They are going to be protected in this scenario, and they aren't going to have to be pushing out here, as we do see only 20 seconds left for them to take this dub. Goat Leo picking up 2 big kills. He's on 29 kills. And guys, what a game from Ascension. Very, very slow to start. Fast to finish, bro. Love it. 240 and counting. They're just continuing to rack up points. They're not going to get a dub here, but they will be able to contest P5, as we do see 245 and counting. 98-point advantage. They are sure to get the dubs here, right?
Yeah, they're only five points away. They're gonna be like, the next hill is gonna be here in the kitchen. It can be tricky to defend. Sorry, not in the kitchen. In the middle of the map. It's gonna be one of those that you can get killed from anywhere and eventually lose control at any given moment. That's exactly what's going on right now. There's 2 players rotating inside of the hill. They're gonna start getting a few points. They get 2 for themselves. They break through again. They're gonna be fighting Mafia X for their lives. Can they do it? Yes, they can. But ultimately, the side of Ascension only needs a single more point to make it through. And with such a huge disadvantage, I feel like it's just so hard for Mafia to defend for that long.
Have to have a flawless P5 here. The remainder of this, and then they're gonna have to have a perfect rotation. I'm starting to see Ascension rotate towards ringside, and I don't know, bro. I think you need to have one straggler back behind, that's pushing that courtyard area. But I guess if you're preventing the rotations over, as I do see Claps actually playing that role, he's not going to be very successful, as we are going to see the guys over at Mafia X fight for their lives here, and that might do it. That's game number 1 in the books for Ascension, 250 to 195, as we do see them take the dub. They were down by almost 60 points in this hardpoint game, and they managed to come back with, a very, very great hardpoint game number 1. Claps pops off, Psycho pops off. I was mentioning the fact that Psycho was like no kills on the board about 5 minutes into the game, and look at this guy, 29 and 22. He shut me up real quick. Goat Leo is the GOAT OBJ player. 2 minutes and 57 seconds. That's a difference maker right there. And he goes almost double positive. So these guys came in cool, calm, collective. They didn't let the negative get to them early on. They find a way to win, and they do it big time. 55 plus advantage. 55 plus point advantage.
Yeah, 55 advantage at the end after losing it to begin with. Like you mentioned perfectly, Leo about to be 3 minutes. Like 3 minutes inside of the hill. That is just crazy time. Being nearly double positive. That is gonna be one of the key players right there. Of course, also Claps with the kills and the time in the hill. Both of these players like definitely push in through when they needed that the most. But not only them. Like if you look at also Splashy, he ended up being with 34 kills, dying 29. Everyone on their team are gonna be positive, like you mentioned, Psycho. It's so crazy how he was like just struggling for so long, for so many minutes, and once he was able to just get his head into the game, he helped his team a lot, and ultimately I think that's one of the other factors that helped the team be able to do something, because being in basically a 5v4 where one of your players is unable to get kills, it's just so tough for you to play at. So Psycho pulling his own weight and helping the team as well to win game number 1 against Mafia X.
That is right. Oh, I'm reading in chat, dude. I just read Elevate disbanded and Larry Bear clarifying I'm wrong, but in EU and COPS they did. So from what I've read, they disbanded and they rebanded, if that's the right term, the COD
Yeah.
Mobile team. So Elevate back in full force. As a matter of fact, they picked up Head for Death today as Stamina parted ways with Head for Death as the disbanding of Elevate allowed for an opportunity for someone to move into the Stamina position. Head for Death actually probably got the better end of that trade as he joins Elevate in the COD Mobile multiplayer seat in EU. That's huge, bro. Less about that. I'll talk about that later on tomorrow as we'll be casting the Mobile Mayhem EU playoff run tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central European time. Less about that, more about this. Ascension played their lights out in game number 1 here. They take the dub. We'll just be pinning screenshots as we do see screenshots coming through. So that's a good sign, right?
Yeah, definitely when you start to see the players one by one start dropping those in the chat, it is like a relief that everything has taken place properly and that this team of Ascension will be done with their duties. That is not only playing the game per se, but also taking those screenshots. They're like this
You
is
said
like you mentioned at the beginning of the stream. This is phones only, and those screenshots are really really important.
you said duty. I'm kidding. That's just a funny word. I'm sorry. If they
Uh,
do their duties, indeed, we will be popping off the game number 2, which could be a search and destroy on Tunisia. We made it a prediction that we wouldn't see 10 MP5s. What did we see last game? 10 MP5s, as nobody banned it. And I think that the guys over at Mafia X should have reconsidered their. No, actually, they banned the PP19, so Ascension knew what they did. They knew what they were going to pop off with. That was the MP5 QQ9, and our play XrK is not playing tonight. They actually had a matchup with Fuse, but Fuse opted to forfeit, so I'm not 100% sure what the situation is with their roster. But they will not be playing on stream tonight. XrK has not made their Meseeks Mobile Mayhem qualifier debut as of yet. I don't blame these other teams, dude. I wouldn't want to play XrK either. Am I right? Parka, Zia, OP, confirmed?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely not their own fault by any means. They're just they have been ready for the games both times, but it just feels like for XYZ situation they have not been able to have their own debut in this scenario. But overall, like hopefully, on the next time for them, the team is gonna show up. We're gonna see them. We're gonna see their opponents, and we're gonna see some action, like you mentioned. Cian Parker, one of those players that can be really crucial in a lot of situations, and we unfortunately have not been able to confirm that yet again for this tournament specifically.
Spoiler alert, we might actually be reversing this first game as Ascension. Um, actually, we'll be waiting. So game number 1 still under current review. We're going to go ahead and get started up for game number 2 as Search and Destroy on Tunisia, whereas they actually going to be at. Ascension had an issue with screenshots. We're going to wait for an official review to make a decision on that. As soon as we get that official review to come through, we'll let you guys know. As of right now, they are going to be game number 1 winners. We're just not going to officially announce it because, again, we have to wait for these screenshots to come through.
Yeah, we will have to wait, but what we don't have to wait on is game number 2, Search and Destroy Tunisia, and like they might slap me in the face and actually play with the MP7 again. I I don't know. Maybe they have a way to play it through, right? They're gonna be either like extremely aggressive or something like that to actually be using it, and if they do, that would be impressive to me. But at the same time, if they're doing it, it's for a reason. Of course, I haven't myself played with the QQ9 as often recently, and with so many bans from it, I don't see it on tournaments either. So let's see. Right now, like I mentioned, there's 4 MP7s on the left side. There's only 2 on the right side on the team from Mafia X. But overall, there's a heavy number of players using it as of right now. The bomb is gonna be planted onto the B area, and a really quick start for them to go all the way over there. Hermes is gonna get a double piece himself onto Claps and Psycho. That is gonna be huge, as now this is a 4v2. Now Broken Heart, Splashy is gonna get taken out, leaving only Leo alive. Leo is in the middle of a 1v3. He gets taken down by Innocence. And round 1 already in favor of Mafia X.
That is right. Round number 1 goes in favor of Mafia X. We do see them up 1-0 in the scenario, and I'm with my guy Lair. I don't know how hard it is to get a screenshot in. I understand that you got like the interaction mode on, where you don't have any kind of like touching of the notification bar. But you know, it's gotten to a point where you can turn like features like screenshots on, right, and enable it for the situation. Hermes gonna be spotted. Hermes gonna be taken out. Go Leo. 5 kills now on the board. They even things up here. They are all tied up at 1. And as I was saying, screenshots can be accommodated to, bro. I'm sure like you can have like a button where it'll take a screenshot for you, or if you set the command to take the screenshot for you, you know, just fiddle with it. If you're gonna have that interaction control on, make it work, dude.
Yeah, make it work. But for now, this is now round 3, and that last round was pretty much in favor of Ascension. But overall, Leo was the one that brought the most heat onto their opponents. Now this time, he's gonna get taken down early, and for that same reason, now both teams are gonna be in a 3v3 scenario. Hermes is gonna get a bit of an advantage as he kills Psycho, leaving only Claps and Eludify alive. Claps with his sniper is trying to defend it B. And as of right now, the bomb is only 22 seconds away from exploding. Claps is gonna get the first kill. Claps is gonna get the second one onto Broken Heart. He is now allowing his team to be in a 2v1 scenario. He is thinking about pushing for the next enemy, but Eludify is gonna save him the hassle. Eludify also defusing that bomb. And what felt to be in favor of Mafia X, Claps and Eludify probably are gonna clutch it up and defuse that bomb.
What a sneaky snake Eludify was. He popped in there so quick, he got that bomb defused too. He snuck right past my guy Claps. He didn't even know what's going on, dude. Claps picked up 2 big kills, and then Eludify came through and cleaned up the last one. A good 1v or 2v3 scenario that they found a W in, and they have 2 straight rounds in their favor, as an A push is going to come through. As we take a look at the mini map, we're going to see 2 players directly on the A site, with 1 player, or actually 2 more players actually peeking over. So mid is going to be covered by Claps, and well, actually Claps is going to rotate back to B. So the rotations back towards B aren't going to come through. Bombs in top winery. We're going to get eyes in the sky for Hermes. He's got the bomb. He's got Psycho. Oh my, he's got Psycho right on the other side. He gets the smoke down. Psycho's going to have to force to rotate over as he gets spotted. Psycho gets taken down. But in the midst of that, Foreign gets taken down as well. So Innocence and Love and Hermes going to be in a 3v3 now as Innocence takes down Goat. We are going to see this 3v3 ensue. Bomb is in the hands of my guy Hermes. Hermes is lasered. Claps getting in his bag as we see a 3v2. Bomb is still on the A site directly. Claps picks up another one. Clap them cheeks, boy. That's what I'm talking about.
And that, yeah, like he's helping his team a lot. 6 kills already. That's a 3-1 game right now in favor of Ascension. Doing a really good job at keeping the enemies on their toes, like on their tiptoes. And so far, like they have tried to go B. They have now tried twice to go A. But A is actually quite risky for you to go at. They have tried that, like I mentioned, now twice in a row. We do see now the time that the bomb carrier is gonna be Broken Heart. He's gonna be using that HBK, and he's gonna be approaching that area that is, in my opinion, just super risky. There's only 1 minute remaining, so I'm really curious as to how Mafia X is gonna approach this situation.
They're gonna get a big frag that is going to allow them to push over to the A site, potentially, if they like the information they see from Innocence. Innocence takes down 1 in Splashy. we are going to see the bomb be rotating back towards spawn, so they are going to make the rotations through mid maybe or B site directly. The only thing is there's nobody on the B site, so this might actually cause for a Ludify to come through. A Ludify gets taken down. He takes one with him though, as XrK takes him out. The trade is made. The bomb push towards B is going to be countered now, as I do see Claps pushing over a 3v4 scenario. Down by one man is not going to hold the guys over at Ascension down. In my opinion, this is one of those areas where I see these guys have thrived at. And now the bomb is finally, there we go. Finally going to get planted. No, it's not.
Really well played.
Very well played. Just play
Really
time.
well
That is going to
played.
be another round. 4 straight rounds in favor of the guys over at Ascension, as they played that oh so well in game number 2 here. 4-1 as the sides flip. And if they play the attack the way that they played the defending side, we might see just 2 games, as long as we get this official ruling from the screenshot issue that we had earlier.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the way they do it was nearly perfect. They noticed that their enemies were rotating to the other side. They did the same thing, but at the same time, they were not risking themselves to potentially dying. This time around, we're gonna see an A push being done by Ascension, who also got a kill for themselves. Hermes is gonna get a kill to splash it to even things out the amount of players on each side. But with only 35 seconds remaining, it feels like they have found a strategy on Ascension to keep under control their enemies. This is now gonna be a 1v3 for Broken Heart. He is with HBK, gonna get caught in the way by Leo. Leo with that MP7 gonna get that knock and a 5-1 lead. They're one step away from taking game number 2 in their favor. And depending on the ruling of like the situation that we were talking about, potentially could be taking this series as well.
Yep. Ascension making their debut onto the Meseeks Mobile Mayhem Qualifiers event. Very, very great start, if you ask me. As long as the first game gets ruled in their favor, we won't see another one. But if it does, I still don't see how these guys could lose domination, unless it's like, what is the third game? What's the domination map that we could potentially see?
For that one, it would be on standoff.
Okay, yeah, so I couldn't see them losing a standoff matchup. I'm going to be honest with you. Their gun skill is far superior at the moment, as we see multiple players, 1 kill, 3 kills for XrK on the side of Mafia X. So Mafia X just not able to fight through it, if you ask me. Goat Leo going to rotate his way. How does he have the bomb and all the way in the spawn of the opponents? It's a 1v5 now. XrK picks up 2 kills, put him at 5, so we are going to see Goat Leo 25 seconds on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and call this round. That is going to do it. Innocence picks up the round, the last kill. 5-2 now as we're going into the 8th round of the Search or Destroy. And maybe their attack is starting to slip. I don't know. We'll see how it pans out this round. If boys over Ascension can clutch it up here, we'll get that final rolling, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Round number 1 was really in their favor for Ascension. Round number 2, it was just not it. It was not it. The way that they were playing, I feel like maybe they got too confident in themselves. And as far as this third round with them attacking goes, they're gonna get a kill themselves. They're gonna die one of their own players. Splashy with the HBK is gonna be now pushing onto their opponents and getting a kill, then getting kill himself. Now is gonna be leaving Claps in a 1v2. The sniper player from Ascension has been left alone, and since XrK is not using the sniper anymore, he's instead using the MP5. He could potentially try to take the fights from the distance, since there's still 45 seconds on the clock.
To see Innocence get spotted, but he is going to be playing this poorly there. I wouldn't have re-peeked it knowing that Claps was a sniper. XrK and Claps in a 1v1. Bomb is down on the top winery side, as we do see Claps pushing for it. He's going to be sounding off here, as I do see XrK making his rotation over to the connector. XrK not going to be aware of what the bomb is, I don't believe. We'll see how he plays it, as bomb is not collected. Dude, get that bomb, bro. You got 13 seconds. Stalling, as we do see him pick up the bomb. XrK knew exactly where it was. Well played for XrK. We are going to see another round go in favor of the guys over at Mafia X, as they have finally turned around their Search or Destroy game. But it might be a little too late, though, as I do see the guys over at Ascension on game point. This will be the deciding factor. If they can get Another 2 rounds here, it might be, a favorable for the ones over at Mafia X, but if they have to go back to attacking, I just don't see how they can pull it off.
Yeah, we of course had that round, a minute and a half. There were still players alive on both sides, but it was Mafia X taking oh so long to take a decision on what to do that ended up causing them the most trouble. This time around, the push was actually for B. Splashy gets the first kill, gets the double piece onto Foreign as well. Broken Heart is gonna kill Leo, but then like everybody's dying at the same time. This is now a 2v3 in favor of Mafia X. Broken Heart is gonna be pushing onto Claps and Eludify, but he's gonna get taken out himself. Claps is taken out by X-Thug. Eludify is the only one alive. He's gonna get the kill before they defuse the bomb. Can X-Thug getting time? I think he can. And that is gonna be now a 5v4. Mafia X with still the high hopes to make a comeback. They were losing 5-1. They are now 5-4, Verdict.
Yeah, I still have low hopes if they have to flip sides. If they have to go on the attack, I just don't foresee them being able to steal the game away. I say that because, the boys over at Ascension take 4 rounds in the defending side. That's obviously, their strong point. Now, it looks like both teams struggle on the attack. So the fact that the guys over at Ascension were able to take 1 attacking side round is a sign of hope that they have a lot left to play in this game, as we might see around 11 here. Mafia X just, buying a little bit of time, in my opinion.
Yeah, they definitely are. There's gonna be like extremely passive gameplay, basically just waiting in a way for their opponents to do the first move and hope that they either cause a mistake or they make the mistake themselves on Mafia X. But so far they seem to be doing the task just right. The side of Ascension is gonna be rotating towards B, and it's basically gonna be completely uncontested as the whole full force of Mafia X decided to go A, and that is gonna cause them to now be in a little bit of trouble. This is a 5v5, no one has died just yet, but as Splashy is gonna be defending this middle part of Tanisha, like it's gonna be only 30 seconds for Mafia X to try to contest this fight that could be taken out early as Claps gets the first kill, Splashy gets a kill into Broken Hearted. This is now a 5v3. Claps gets yet another snipe. He's already onto double digits, doing an amazing job. Finally a range frag from Mafia X with Hermes, but Hermes in a 1v3, I don't think it's gonna be too easy for him to do something. There's only 8 seconds remaining. Not too much he can do. He gets taken out by Claps, and Ascension with a 6-4 game of Search and Destroy are gonna take the victory in game number 2.
Game number 2 indeed gonna go to the guys over at Ascension as they take the series in 2. From what I'm reading, it looks like we are going to go ahead and approve the screenshot that we received. So game number 2 in favor of Ascension. They take game number 1 too. So we're going to get ready for our 3rd series of the night. We'll highlight a little bit of the action here as I take a look at the scorecard. Go Leo 9-6, Eludify 9-6, 11-4 for Claps. Claps OP with the sniper, bro. Am I right?
Yeah, 100%. He did an amazing job in quite a few rounds, and he was the factor that allowed his team to get a clutch in more than one round. So definitely doing an amazing job with that sniper to help the team.
That's right, guys. So guys over at Mafia X gonna collect their stuff and head for the lockers. As boys over at Ascension gonna take this series 2-0. We're gonna be moving on to our 3rd matchup of the night, and that is going to be da 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 da. I have no idea. So as soon as we get that in, we're going to let you guys know. But until then, we're actually gonna take a short intermission. So while we get these teams collected in here, we'll be right back. So guys, go nowhere. Alrighty, guys, we are back live for some more Meseeks Mobile Mayhem Qualifiers event. We got the guys from Community Esports taking on Threat Level Gaming. Now, both of these teams had issues with screenshots of both. Game number one's going to be... I'm not sure what the situation is. I'm not sure why we're going over to a search and destroy first.
Threat Level had 4 people forget SS last week, and Community had 3. Both teams would be DQing anyways in Hardpoint.
This is a very strange situation, but as I say it, Hub, the last series went to Ascension. They won 2-0. But I don't understand this DQ, as both teams have DQs moving into game number 1. They are going to be moving into game number 2. There's not going to be an advantage, and it looks like we'll play Hardpoint last. So Hardpoint is not going to be played first. It's going to be Search and Destroy, followed by Domination Standoff. If we go to a game 3 to be a Hardpoint firing range. So Search and Destroy on Raid, followed by Domination Standoff. Really weird rotation, right?
Yeah, definitely something that we don't see too often. But we do with the Bison and VRH being taken outside of the rotation. Like I think this time around is gonna be Raid, is gonna be Search and Destroyed. But at this point, like I'm expecting that QQ9 to be taking place. You know, I'm not even gonna question that again, as I was proven wrong last time. So yeah, it's probably gonna be a lot of action being shown by both of these teams with that QQ9 in place.
That is right. We're gonna get ready for game number 2. Yeah, you know what? I'm so confused, but whatever. We're gonna be moving on to the Search and Destroy. We do see Raid as the map. I'm excited about seeing a Search and Destroy on Raid. We saw one earlier tonight from the guys over at the first matchup. I'm not even who was that? I've got short-term memory loss that is like super bad. Carnage Gaming and Lux. Carnage took that series in 2. We have yet to see a domination tonight, as I see everyone piling into the chat. Leader, bro, you're up way too late, bro. Don't you have work at like 8 o'clock in the morning? Like, dude, you should have been asleep like 10 hours ago. All right, nonetheless, we're going to get started up here. Game number 1, technically game number 2. I don't know. We'll find out. Prediction chat. I need everyone out there to predict. What's the word? Who are we going to see here take the dub? Is it going to be Threat Level Gaming, or is it going to be Community Esports?
Yeah, that's right. Game number 2 about to begin. We're gonna have it looks like maybe Scorpion is gonna be the sniper for the side of the blue side is Community Esports indeed, right? Yeah, Community Esports right there with Shaggy. I do remember last time we saw Shaggy getting those first bloods in a lot of situations. This time around, I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to accomplish the same thing, but he is of course gonna be using that QQ9, that MP5. He's gonna be taking care of that pretty much the B side of the whole area on Raid. He is gonna be taking care of that side alongside with his allies. Galax is gonna get up the first kill of the game. Adrian Me is gonna get a kill himself, then gonna get knocked out. Now it's gonna be a 2 versus 3 in favor of against the odds of Community Esports. There's only Scorpion and Shaggy, both of them struggling to do something, as Kisi might be going for the plant over on the court. He's gonna do it. He's gonna be doing it actually in that head glitch position. So that is gonna be causing a lot of trouble, but at the same time, Community Esports still has their sniper alive.
I'm gonna say, you can't discount Shaggy and Scorpion. These guys know what to do in this situation. Kizzy and my Serenity gonna be lasered.
Oh, no.
Shaggy gonna be a 1v1. They're both one shot. Let's go!
Wow.
What a way to start this
clutch
round. That is what I'm talking about. Round number 1 goes to Shaggy and Scorpion, not Scooby. That's right, that's Scorpion, bro. As we do see the boys over at Community Esports take round number 1. Threat Level Gaming had a 3-2 man advantage, and boy, did I see a phenomenal 2v3 there.
Yeah, amazing job being done by Shaggy there, getting 3 kills for himself, just clutching it up, defusing that bomb, taking the advantage. Now Adrian is gonna get the first kill for the team, so they can start off with an advantage. He's gonna get knocked down by Scory. It's gonna be the second time around where I see Adrian getting a kill and then immediately getting knocked off by the opponents over at threat level. They're gonna be this time planting the bomb over B, but Scorpion now getting another kill for himself with that sniper is gonna bring the pain onto no, it was not Scory, but it is now a 1v4. And that one before is a 4v no one. They just annihilated everyone rather quickly on the side of threat level. They were not able to defend properly this area, and that's why it's so problematic. You have to defend so many sides at the same time that if there's too many enemies alive, you're gonna have a trouble if you're not looking at the right place and the right moment.
Yeah, this is another thing that I continue to see. B push with no man advantage. This is just not the move. As we see Threat Level Gaming off to a bad start to Search and Destroy. Again, you know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. We'll see how they do here as an A push is going to come through. Galix is going to go ahead and take down Board. Kizzy going to be spotted. Kizzy going to be taken down. Scorpion's actually going to be traded there too. It's going to leave a 3v3 scenario as Chancla gets the refrag, takes down Scory. It's a 3v2 now as we do see Shaggy, or not Shaggy, but Adrian actually pick up a kill. Galix going to take some shots. Adrian's going to go ahead and take down Serenity, and Galix is in a 1v3 scenario. Bomb is nowhere on him. He's going to pick up one in Shaggy, and we're going to see him push out of the jungle area. He's going to have a player in kitchen to deal with. Adrian, not knowing where he's at, is going to go ahead and get shot down, and it is a 1v1 as Galix might clutch it up. Nope. We're going to see Chocolate take a shot at him. He's one shot. Galix going to pick up this bomb, and now it's a 1v1 scenario where the bomb is in the hands of Galix. And if Chancla knew where that bomb was, he'd know exactly where Galix is. And now we're going to see an interesting... This is a weird plan. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Chancla, nowhere in sight. Galix is going to get this bomb down, and we are going to see him retreat to the cubby side. Nope, he's going to push it up to top of staircase. So, Galix and Chancla in a 1v1. The hunt is on. Chancla might get spotted here, coming through the money room area. Oh no! Galix, that was your opportunity to clutch it up, bro. Now, we're going to play the waiting game as we do see Galix actually spot Chancla.
Wow.
MP5 OP confirmed.
Confirmed 100%. He's going to be defusing the bomb yet again. 3-0. It finally felt like they could have got that round, but yet again, Community Esports just shredding those hopes into pieces as they are now in the lead by 3 rounds. It's been so hard for threat level to actually clutch the defense, because I do believe that they planted the bomb 3 rounds in a row, right?
Yeah, they got the plant down successfully. You know, they had the man advantage. It was a 3v, or actually it was a 1v3 that, you know, Galix could have clutched up, but he choked hard there, bro. That's just one of those situations where you use an MP7 when you should have been using an MP5, and you know, you hate to see it go down the drain like that. But yeah, it is what it is. As we do see the bomb yet again be pushed towards the staircase of pool. We're gonna have multiple players there to support Kizzy as a little bit of a standstill is gonna push him through the kitchen side. Shaggy's gonna be there. Shaggy's gonna laser Kizzy. Bombs down in kitchen. I don't think that Shaggy or anybody else from the Community Esports team was you know, aware of that bomb location. Shaggy does come through and they gets that final kill. That's 4 straight rounds for the side of Community Esports. Threat Level Gaming, not so high of a threat right now.
Not so threatful, that's for sure. We do see 2 players with 2 kills, Scory with 2, Scope, who's yet still to get a kill for himself. He's even the sniper of the team. So that's a really important role that it's not been so beneficial for threat level. He's now gonna be trying to push towards the B side, towards raid to potentially try to help the team overall, but like not putting in any amount of kills as a sniper is something that we don't see too often. But when that happens, that means that your team can struggle a lot if the other ally taking the carry. This time Galax is not doing enough. He of course has 6 kills for himself, but he just got taken out by Board. Board also falls to the hands of Kizzy, but Kizzy dies again. Scopes finally find a kill for himself, but he's alone in a 1v3. He does not have control over the bomb. There's only 30 seconds remaining. He's now being pushed over by Chancla the Honey. He gets knocked out, and that's 5 straight rounds. This is the worst case scenario that you can ever see in Search and Destroy.
Yeah, this has just been one of those games. We see the side flip. The boys over at Threat Level Gaming having a poor start here as they are on the brink of an elimination here to Search and Destroy. We're going to see the defense come through. Maybe Scope is AFK, so this is not a very good start. We aren't going to spectate him as he has a move. Serenity picks up 2. Galex takes out 1. And now the tides have turned. I guess they are a defending team. They don't even need Scope. Scope still AFK. Oh, there we go. He finally comes through as he might have put his ditter down to go ahead and start up this round. Oh boy, Scorpion gonna be the last one alive as Adrian's gonna be spotted by Kizzy. It's gonna be a 1v3 scenario. Will Scorpion be able to clutch it up here? This will be one for the lifetime though. Scope gonna spot him. Scope gonna pick up his second kill as he is no longer AFK. Picks up a kill even though he was completely done for in the beginning of this round. Somehow manages to come to life and is gonna go ahead and contribute there.
Yeah, Scopes now, he's gonna start up that round immediately. So that could mean something more helpful as he gets a wallbang onto Shaggy. Wow. Scopes gets the 3rd kill in style. He clutched the round with a 2nd kill. He got a wallbang now for the 3rd one. He, although, is now in a tough situation as he and Serenity are on their own.
We're gonna see
Against 4 players from Community Esports. He was just an inch away. Yeah, that was nearly a kill for Scope. That would be huge. But now both Serenity and Scope are gonna get knocked out nearly at the same time. And, well, they were never able to do it. And Community Esports, really, really strong game number 1.
It's going to be a 6-1 in favor of the guys over Community as they take that no contesting the Search and Destroy for the guys over at Threat Level. Are going to have to figure out what's going on there as they take a big L in game number 1, or technically game number 2. There's no advantages. It's 1-0 in favor of the guys over at Community Esports as we see they take the Search and Destroy. You know what? I'm not even going to say these guys won yet. We're going to wait for the screenshots to come through and let that decide as we've had repeat offenders in both teams. So we'll see if Threat Level and the Community both get theirs in. If Community manages to get all 5 of theirs, they're going to take the first game in the Search and Destroy. Regardless, we're going to be moving on to the second matchup, second game, which is going to be a domination on standoff. So, like I said, the map rotations for this game, it's going to be a best of 3 starting on Search and Destroy raid. We're going to start a second game will be domination standoff, and if Threat Level somehow manages to take this second game, we'll see a hardpoint firing range.
Yeah, although it's pretty different having and not having respawns. Like, I don't see a way for them to potentially try to contest and being back in here. Like, it's so weird to me how they ended up playing off at the end. When they were actually on the defending side, they were able to do a little bit better than when they were on the offensive side of the game. But overall, it was just pretty hard for them to actually contest against the Community Esports that is just killing it so far today. And like you mentioned, domination on standoff, that MP5 is going to be available, that MP5 is going to be used and played, taken care of. And predictions for yourself, verdict about the whole situation in here. Like, do you think that since it's going to be respawns available, maybe Threat Level can do something different, or is not going to be enough for Community Esports to fall short in game 2?
You know what? I have no idea, bro. I'm not able to make a prediction on how their gameplay is going to be. What I do see is if they find any kind of consistency, they're going to have to find it here, or they're going to be 2-0'd. It's just not a great way to start their season off. There's no brackets, Adrian. It's just a Mobile Mayhem tournament style, so everything is going to be, basically, every team's going to play every team all throughout, and then when we get to the innings, we'll take a look at the scorings and see who makes it to the playoffs. Right now, we don't have brackets, or not brackets, but points as of yet. If Echo can actually do me a favor and get that put up so I can talk about it before we end stream, so that way we'll all be on the same page. Because as of right now, I have no idea who is in the lead.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a bit of an idea of what's going on, a bit of who is in the lead, who's not been able to get any points as of right now, and I'm sure there's gonna be a few teams, of course. XrK, sorry, hasn't been able to play just yet, but at the same time, that also means that they are yet to have a real game. But of course, getting points by teams getting disqualified of their situations. This is gonna be now another scenario where we might see a 2-0, which could get them closer to the lead. Let's remember, like, there's only been so many games so far, so many matches, right? There can be someone in the lead, but if he is, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's gonna be like unreachable just yet.
Completely, we're only in week 2 of the Mobile Mayhem qualifier season, so it's difficult to say who has an advantage as we do see this domination game start up. We are going to see Scope yet again AFK, so we are going to see Scope connect there, as it appears as though he has regained consciousness. B is going to be pushed by the guys over Community Esports. They're going to get it pretty uncontested. This is just not a way to start off the matchup, as we do see threat level starting off the match with a AFK player. They're going to go ahead and get a retake here on B, so this is maybe a little bit of momentum. But just imagine if you had lost that Search and Destroy game, and when your opponent had forgot to take a screenshot, and your entire team did take a screenshot. You could have an easy dub. And I'm talking about threat level gaming. Threat level gaming only had one player submit screenshots. And imagine losing that game and getting a W because all your teammates took their screenshots. Couldn't be threat level though, as we do see them lose game number 1. They forget screenshots, and God forbid Community Esports forget theirs. They didn't though, thankfully, so they're going to take game number 1, as we do see them, Community Esports, take a 1-0 advantage here, as B is going to be captured, and A for the side of Community Esports. They're going to have an early advantage in this domination game. This could be a 2-0 for threat level.
Yeah, this could pretty much be a 2-0, and like you mentioned, A and B in their favor is gonna be also hard for them to even attempt to do something. I do see Shaggy on top blue defending that back deli, and also that B flag at the same time, just making sure that they're not doing any sneaky plays by potentially trying
They
to
are
push
outta here,
toward
bro. That is it.
and
We see
yeah.
everyone with the exception of Scope still in the lobby.
And probably Scope.
Bro, imagine rage quitting in the middle of the game. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, that's just not it.
That's tough, dude. Scope, you got heart, bro. I give it to you. Scope, only player with heart here, as we do see a 4v1 ensue. WTF. Oh, boy. Threat level gaming, 0 threat alert here, as we are going to see everyone bounce out of the lobby. Everyone from the side of threat level bounced out. What was that? There was DRH?
I think it was.
Who used a DRH? Oh, community. Oh, boy. So, okay. I'm going to have to watch stream because I did not spot that.
Oh, Scorpio. Yeah. Scorpion was using it. I mean, I don't know. The second I went up, they were already out. So I'm not sure if that was what happened.
Okay, so I got to retract my comments, dude. No rage quitting there. That was just OP gameplay, as the boys over at threat level take game number 2 on the backs of a of a DQ. Interessante, right?
Interesting indeed. Interesting indeed. It seems to be that it's something that you don't see too often, right? Just missing onto like a weapon. You might see sometimes that in Search and Destroy, the main sniper dies, and maybe they pick up two snipers at once, something like out of the ordinary, you know, stuff like that. Missing a screenshot and stuff. But using a banned weapon, I don't think I've heard that in a while.
I've been casting Mobile Mayhem for about 3 months now, and I have never seen anybody use a banned weapon. I'm taking a look at the stream to see who it was. It definitely wasn't the guys over at threat level using it. It's definitely Scorpion who rocked it. Maybe Scorpion forgot to change weapons. Nonetheless, that's going to be a DQ in favor of the guys over at Threat Level Gaming. So Threat Level Gaming is going to be living to fight another day as Scorpion rocks the DRH. Scorpion bites the bullet on that and takes an L.
Yeah, I think they might get an L. We are still waiting on a confirmation as to what the situation is gonna be. But like you mentioned, it's it's something that you don't see every day. Of course, we had that at DRH, and I feel like that's probably one of the first things you should do, right? The second that the bans have been specified, you just go into the loadouts and you take them out, right? Not even get a chance to get confused. You wanna go for loadout number 3, but pick 4 where there's the banned weapon, you know? Me personally, it's something that I would take care of before starting the game. It seems that it was not done by Scorpion, and that's gonna cause them the potential 2-0 victory that we thought was potential taking place for community esports.
Yeah, I'm waiting for an official review. As you know, if you've ever played any kind of like scrim style match, you know that as soon as a player uses a banned item, that I've seen people put it in chat and leave the game or sit, and just play it out, and regardless of how it turns out, at the end of the day, you're DQ'd. I'm waiting on the official review here, as this is not the scrim style matchup. This is Mobile Mayhem rules, so you got to do things according to protocol. You can't do everything according to how scrims are ran, or how something like that is panned out. So, gonna wait. It's like when I watched my guy Saxy use a VTOL in the middle of a match. Nobody left the game. It was a banned item. He didn't get a kill off of it, but he still had a advantage, as the VTOL still, reveals locations of the enemy. So.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, it seems like
Interessante.
it's still being reviewed, but without like I think we can put that on a pause, and maybe we can also talk about like the last remaining match that once this is settled we're gonna take in place, right? That would be the team of Shredded and Up 34, the match that like you mentioned to begin with. We're also excited to watch, right? It's gonna be really really interesting.
Absolutely. As the last game of the night, or last series of the night. Oh, that was Wally. You're right, Lair Bear. Appreciate that. It was not Saxy. Sue me. I'm kidding. I obviously made a. No, 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 no.
Sumi.
It was definitely Mobile Mayhem. It was definitely Mobile Mayhem EU or NA. It was definitely on standoff too. That's a crazy thing. Man's got a VTOL and Mobile Mayhem NA. Bobby and Dave were casting it, and nobody left the matchup, regardless of the scenario. I don't think that's how, the game, like, I don't understand how they, or how threat level gaming just assumed to leave the match as soon as they saw an item from, this particular game that was just played. Wasn't Dashy from CG call hacking? Souls, I have no idea, bro. I know there's been accusations, or it's been running, all over Twitter, but I can't confirm 100% on anything because I have not seen anything. So I haven't heard anything as far as a confirmation. So I couldn't speak on it, bro.
Yeah, not much we can say about that part. We're still working, by the way. Don't think that we're not working on to an answer as to what is gonna be happening with that last game, with both situations happening in both teams need to be reviewed and considered to take a final call. So yeah,
Yep,
it is
8.3 stoppage of play. Players may, under no circumstance, leave a match without approval from administration. In the event of a disconnect, administration will determine whether the game should be replayed or on a case-by-case basis. Yeah, this is all in rules. So it looks like we're gonna have to replay this last match. Verdict looks tired. No, I'm good, dude. I've been rock and rolling since early today. We're chilling, bro. I knocked out an interview with my guy, XrK from Bunker Rock Esports. That'll be aired tomorrow on the Mobile Mayhem EU stream. So guys, tune in as I'll have that content going through.
Yeah, it seems like like you mentioned, the right choice to call would be to have a replay of all of this. Like it's a predicament when both these teams have run through different situations, but at the same time both being punishable in a way. So that might be the case that we have in here. And at the same time, if it ends up being the call of a replay, that game was just starting, right? It was only like what I would like to say a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes if so. So it was pretty early on. So
Yo, Wiki, I'm gonna go ahead and stop you there. But he looks like he needs more sleep, bro. I've looked like this, like I've had like this particular feature. Like if you look at it, it looks like I have like dark circles right here. I've looked like this since I was a little child, bro. I always looked like I needed sleep. So, you know, sometimes it looks more exaggerated, I guess, with light. Let me see if I lower my lighting here. Will it look as exaggerated? But that is just a feature of high cheekbones, bro. Oh, that's a complete lightage out. Don't want to do that. There we go. Give that next team a bye because they both made the mistake. It is DQ for both teams, so both teams are going to be DQ. We're going to be replaying this matchup as we do see domination going to be replayed. Dude, this is another dub or another L for the guys over at Threat Level Gaming, dude. They just can't get their act together, man. They need to read the rules. They need to be aware of the situation. I'm not playing, so I don't have to know the rules necessarily. I'm just casting. I got mods in here that help us out, admins that help us out. So these teams that are playing that are trying to get into the Mobile Mayhem scene, they gotta be on top of their game, bro. This is not for the faint of heart, in my opinion. Have you always looked like a marshmallow, Hub? Yes, dude. I've always looked like a marshmallow.
Come on
bro.
now.
Come on now. This guy.
But okay, everyone is back. So it seems like we're gonna be starting off yet again a domination standoff. Everyone playing no one with a DRH. And pretty much the copy paste from game number 1. Both teams are gonna be taking A and C. And the rotations are gonna end up with Quisi with a board getting the first kill of the game. But as of right now, like nothing to be said. There's gonna be a bit more players trying to push towards a B cap right now. Board gets to kill himself, but Scorpion and Shaggy are trying to go all the way around. Shaggy gonna get inside of B and not necessarily trying to take it just yet. He knows that it's pretty risky, so he goes back onto that courtyard. So to be more safe, he's gonna be back in B for a few seconds and getting back into his own place. You know, Shaggy is just now risking it. He ends up dying, so pretty unfortunate for him. But I do like that strategy, you know, just peeking in there, a few seconds inside, getting out of it so you don't get killed. It was pretty interesting to see move for him.
Yes, indeed, and we are going to see an AB cap come through if the boys over at Community Esports can secure it. They do. And we are going to see a reconnection from both players, or both teams now, as I'm seeing. If I'm correct, the team leaders should be making these teams read the rules, and it should be approved by the admins. If they don't, they should not be able to play. Bro, you know, when you consent to participate in the Mobile Mayhem qualifier event, you consent to the rules. That's just the way it is. So, what's up with the scores? It's a 1-0 in favor of Community Esports at the moment. So, we are going to see the guys over at Community with a 1-0 advantage in the series. They also have a 2-cap advantage going into this domination, as we see Shaggy pick up his 7th, and a bit of frustration. If you ask me, if I was threat level gaming dude, I'd be pissed right now because I didn't play this the way that that they should have.
Now gonna be looking at to what's going on in the middle of the map by Board, who's 2 HP and now getting taken down by Scope. That AD cap by Community Esports seems really strong. I'm even looking at the minimap right now, and it's just the repeat after repeat after repeat, where just the threat level tries to get their hands into somewhere in the middle of the map, you know, not even B, not even A, just try to get closer to the middle of area. It's finally gonna be working a little bit, but right now Chancla is gonna be defending that daily area. He's gonna be moving towards the B flag and potentially defending it himself. He's actually going back. The fact that they're not going for a triple cap at all is gonna let us know that they just know what they're doing, right? They know that they are not necessarily gonna be struggling onto the next round, and they're just worrying about defending both A and B. They are not at all pushing for C, and that's a strategy that I personally like a lot. Of course, there's teams who like to go for all the marbles, of course, go for the triple cap to end this as quickly as possible. But we've seen them a lot of times where that actually backfires, and they could even lose 2 flags or even get triple cap themselves.
Yeah, if you don't know your team's boundaries, you'll definitely get caught up flipping the spawns and not doing things the way that you plan them out to do. A triple cap is easy to do on this map. You just got to understand how the spawns work here. First, you push into the C site. You got to understand that the team that is the C spawn site is going to be spawning gas stations. So you got to have one player in top blue or at least back alley preventing that rotation over. So you got to coordinate properly. And if your team's not capable of handling that rotation, triple cap's no good. So just maintain A and B and go on about your business, as we do see Community Esports thriving right here. We're going to see Chancla pick up 2 big kills. They're on 15. First half is over with. 156 in favor of the guys at Community Esports. This is just looking like a poor domination start for the guys over at Threat Level Gaming.
Capture the objectives.
Yeah, I do find it also pretty interesting that Scorpion has decided to be using this HBK, and it does make sense since he's one of those players, like I mentioned, that is not even pushing towards the middle of the map too often. You know, he's just staying in the back, making sure that they are keeping their own spawns, at the same time also getting kills. He's only with 10 for himself as of right now, with Shaggy and Chancla putting in the kills in place. It's nothing to worry about too much. For a second I thought that maybe threat level could have taken a B cap, but they quickly get that dream destroyed by Community, as Chancla is gonna get inside of B. He's gonna get some defense, some support from his allies. He's working towards the kill to score. He does get it. That B cap about to take in place. He ends up getting taken down by Scope, but like with the fact that there's still a few allies in that area, they could potentially get inside, and there's even a Pred missile being used. And even though they don't have control over B, like I don't think that threat level has been able to get close to B since they got that first initial push.
Yep, we are going to see that B cap come through on the back of Chancla, who has now a cluster strike. And the game is just lopsided at the moment. The Community Esports playing too well. They're going to have a BC cap. They're going to have a 50-plus point advantage, and they're going to continue their dominance in this domination matchup. on the backs of what could have been a threat level gaming W on the back of a DQ, but since the guys over at threat level left early, this is just how things happen. When you don't understand how the rules work, you don't understand how the game works. It's not like how scrims used to be. You got a player who uses a banned item. You would just see people put it in chat and they would leave the game. That is not going to happen here. Mobile Mayhem rules state a little differently, and we are going to see this game replayed due to that. So, you got to play smarter, not harder, as we do see threat level actually get a little bit of traction on B side. He's going to be retracted by XrK. XrK, 25 kills popping off, bro. Now, as C and B has been held consistently, as we do see Galex pick up Adrian, but is going to be traded. And a very similar matchup that we saw on this Search and Destroy, just lopsided. Community Sports just wearing threat level gaming out at the moment.
Yeah, and XrK not even pushing for the kills, he's just playing smart. He knows that they are gonna be like really pushing towards getting another flag, and he's taking advantage over that. He's just positioning himself in a place where he's ready for a potential player to go by his own way. He's gonna now be pushing a bit more aggressively as he's getting closer to A. He's gonna end up getting that kill into Serenity. And XrK now, I said that he was not being aggressive. He was for a few seconds, ends up getting a kill, but then gets taken out. Still, like, a really, really good job approaching the 30 kills mark for himself. Like, just outstanding performance using that MP7. He's now defending his allies as the enemies were spawning behind them on that gas station. He's able to at least make one kill, make the call out that there's enemies in place. They're gonna get rid of them. And community just like nothing, 184 points and only 107. They're gonna take control over B, but with only 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining, it's just a second too late. It's just so late for threat level to even contest this game. B right now is gonna be even retaken
I was
by.
Completely muted. My bad, dude. Big L for the guys over at threat level gaming. Even if they triple capped here, it is not gonna make a difference. We're gonna see Galex attempt to get this cap through, and Scope, my guy, has been AFK longer than he has been active in this matchup. As I do see him in top blue. Not sure what's going on with his connection, but GG's to both teams, as we do see the guys over at Community Esports on the back of screenshots. We'll take this series in 2-0. We are going to see Threat Level Gaming take the second L. Well, actually, that's like the third L of the night, to be honest, as they left that second matchup early. Could have been an easy win for them if they had just played it out. Unfortunately, this is just how it is at the moment. So, Community Esports moving on with 20 points as they take the W, 200 to 122 and 6-1 in the Search and Destroy. GG's, guys. Well played, as we do see the scorecard here. 33 and 12 for XrK. Scorpion 27-17, 31-14 for Shaggy. Big games for those guys. Not a lot of caps. I guess when you're not training a lot of caps, it's not necessarily needed to get a lot of caps. So game number 2 in the books, as we do see their screenshots coming through. Hopefully we'll be able to declare them the winners of this matchup, but we'll have to wait for screenshots, right?
We do indeed, and with the fact that we saw that both teams have in the past missed screenshots, is just the right call, right? Just to wait and see if they probably do those. Like you mentioned, there seems to be a few now taking place. Let's see if all are done properly, and that would give Community Esports the victory, and we would move onto the fourth and final match of the day.
Guys, as we get ready for the fourth and final matchup of the day, it's going to be Operation 34 taking on... Who was it that I put in chat earlier? Jesus Christ, man. It's going to be Shreddit. Ooh, this is going to be a good matchup. Shreddit and Operation 34 fighting it out here. This is going to be a decent matchup. And, I'm not going to say too much about it, as we'll talk about it when we get back. But just be prepared. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Cold at the touch, dead in the eyes. No signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. It's black and white. No more. Black and white, just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. It's black and white. It's black and white.
Guys, we are back live for some Meseeks Mobile Mayhem qualifier events. We're going to have Operation 34 taking on Shredded. This has probably been the most anticipated matchup of the night. In my opinion, it's probably the most competitive one, as we do see Operation 34 actually joining in the lobby and Shredded as well, as we see the Moon Boys come through. That's right. I'm gonna let Gilmania actually say all their names, because bro, I get tongue twisted.
I mean, so far it seems like it's not gonna be all of them. Only gonna be two specifically. That is gonna be Munoz and Munoz in the right side. The remaining players from Mob 34 seem to be Vance, Legacy, and never mind. There seems to be some sort of okay. No, never mind. Okay, Muñon. So you have it. It's gonna be Muñon, Munoz, and Munoz. I'm wondering if there's gonna be another one of those for the 5th place.
I'm trying to see if Herschel will get on cam. Come on, buddy. Well, no, he doesn't want to do it. All right, so we were gonna have a pup reveal, but dude is so camera shy, bro. Doesn't even want anything to do with being near me whenever I start touching my computer. He just bounces away. Herschel, why you gotta be so camera shy, buddy? Go over there with your mama then. Yeah, baby. I'm kidding. I love my puppy. Yeah, I say puppy. He's almost a year and a half now. Actually, he is a year and a half. He's a big guy. Ain't that right, Hirsch? Yeah. Back with your moms. Yeah. She going to bed. Go lay in bed with her then, Stinky. That's right. We got all the players in the lobby. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I expect every time I see teams joining the lobby. They ready up automatically. Sure enough, we don't have to even verify screenshots at the beginning. You know, this is something that, you know, we ain't even got to play this game no more, bro. It's one screenshot now. It's after the game. So, J-Flow's Verdict looking great tonight, man. I look like I worked all day and then came home and took a shower and put on a polo shirt. That's what I look like, my guy. Food ideas. I think Gilmania answered that perfectly. Pizza for life. No money. Rip. Rip. All right, we do have the spamming of the start button coming through. We're waiting on Munyon, Valentine, Scott, and Tomb. We're actually just waiting on Scott and Tomb. Come on, bro. Get your act together. I'm ready to get this thing started and on the road. There you go. Spam that start button. Be toxic as you want to be. Hello. I am definitely encouraging the behavior.
Shredded. Wait, have we talked about the band weapons? I don't think we have we?
Bro, Gil put out a whole recipe in chat, guys.
What
in
good.
the
It's
world,
pretty good.
bro? I gotta give that a shot. Get zucchini, cut it in slices by the long side. Add salt, pepper, and salt with some lemon. Let it rest for a couple minutes and get it into the pan with a little oil. Okay, I see you. You piping it up over there. We do have map rotation. I think you were about to get onto it.
Yeah, map rotations from what I see over here. No, wait, that's the wrong one. It's gonna be there. You have it. It is gonna be hard point on raid. Moving on to search and destroy Tunisia. If necessary, we would have a third game of domination on standoff. The banned weapons from the banned maps, from Shredded is gonna be Hardpoint, Hackney Yard, and from Map 34 is Domination Hackney Yard. One of those maps that can be really tough to play against a good team, so they get rid of those. The banned weapons once again are gonna be the DRH. Like that was the only common factor between all the matches, right? The DRH, and also the QQ9 is gonna be banned by up 34.
Yeah, I'm still confused as to why we don't see more people banning the QQ9 and the PP19, but obviously they know what they want to do here. The DRH is going to be banned as well as the QQ9. Game number 1 underway. Operation 34 are going to be taking on the guys at Shredded. If you guys need a chef, call Gil. He can make it happen for you ASAP. Dude knows how to work his way around a kitchen.
I mean, he was like, I don't have not a lot of money, and like the zucchini. I mean, depending on where you're at and the season when you're buying it, can change, but like it's a cheap option in
Tell me
a
you
lot of
go grocery
situations.
shopping without telling me you go grocery shopping. Bro has been to the supermarket way too many times.
But all right, getting back into this scenario, of course, the PP19, the Bison is available. Most of the player, not all but most, are gonna be using it, and the only that are not is gonna be Joyful from Shredded. He's gonna be using that QXR, that MP7. And so far, the side of Shredded seems to be starting off in a good pace. Already 20 points in the lead, without allowing Up 34 to get anywhere close to the hard point so far. They are now going to be getting a few kills from Up 34, but that's not enough just yet. They're still pushing them to get outside of the hard point, getting 2 points for themselves. But Shredded is really pushing forward to not allow Operation 34 to get nearly as many points as they already got.
Yo, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I can't sleep on this Operation 34 team at all, bro. The way they played last night in the Meseeks Sunday Showdown, let me know that they are a viable option for this Mobile Mayhem qualifier event, guys. They took it all the way to the finals, even though they got 3-0 by the likes of Tribe. That's Tribe game, dude. They, you already know Tribe does big things. So even with them being down 20 points in this game, I still felt like, even if they were down 100 points, they'd find a way to make it competitive. To say that, they took down some very admirable opponents. They took down 11D. They took down Trovo Mayhem on the backs of a reverse sweep, right?
Yeah.
They were down 2-0 in that series and came back and won 3 games in a row.
Yeah, they ended up pulling it through at the end with a really strong comeback, like Birdie just mentioned. It was just so crazy how they managed to stay calm, although they were on the brink of elimination, ended up going onto the finals. So definitely a team, like you mentioned, that you don't have to sleep on, because at any given moment, even if they're losing, which they're not anymore, even if they're losing, they can come back and just change their strategy a little bit and find a way to break through the way you're playing. That's exactly what they've done so far. They are now winning themselves by a 20 points lead. Union right now trying to get inside of this garage area through that gym, but he's gonna get taken out. Union not being able to pull through that place. But so far, a pretty consistent attack from Operation 34. This time being stopped by Shredded, but not for too long. As can they get the final kill? No, Muñoz is still alive, and it's been pretty contested. Garage areas. It's a place that we don't necessarily see these contested old games, but so far it definitely, like, it's been like what, 30 seconds and only about less than 10 points being given so far.
Yeah, they start off P number 3 here with a 20-point advantage. We see that gapped as Shredded finds a way to secure the garage area. Scott going to sweep in past this red Lambo area, and that's pretty much going to do the last push, as we do see Bunyon actually retreating for the hills. They're going to be rotating for new. Just as easy, they were able to flip the tides and take a 20-point lead. And just as I say that, this is just the way hardpoints have worked out. Shredded actually able to win their gunfights in the point. They're going to have a 20-point advantage, 22 to be exact, as the court rotation is going to be in favor of the guys over at Operation 34 at the moment. And I'll continue to tell you that Operation 34, Daddy Hub, you can't sleep on these guys. They don't look like a bunch of sweats right now, dude, but they took down 11D. They took out Trovo Mayhem last night in the Meseeks Sunday Showdown. And I don't know if Trovo Mayhem was just having an off night, but they bodied 11D in the third matchup that they had. It was a domination Hackney Yard. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. I can't be honest with you. But, bro, these guys you can't sleep on. You can't say that they're bad. You can't say that they don't know what they're doing. As they've played with the likes of some of the teams that are already in the Mobile Mayhem format. So they're going to go ahead and gather up a majority of the points here, and they're going to have a 30-point advantage going into P5 rotation. So it's going to be a trade back and forth. This is what hardpoint should look like. You know, you got your court rotations, a complete hold on court, a complete hold on garage. Even though there's a little bit of contesting from the guys over at Operation 34 in the first initial, you know, that's basically what a trade's going to look like. I think the guys over at Operation 34 are going to have an advantage at the moment, as they got a little bit more time off of the hill on that court rotation. Shreddit did not have a good break at all, as we do see Operation 34 continuing their rate of terror here, as they have a little bit of a lead. And my guy Tomb is selling. He only has a Predator missile as an option, and he doesn't have a Cluster Strike option, as the Cluster Strike and Predator missile are going to be the only ones that you can choose, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's pretty weird to see it. Like you mentioned, it's sort of like I don't know. Maybe he had different score streaks for outside of this game, but it's pretty odd. He is, although he like maybe he's not helping with the score streaks, but definitely helping with the kills. But so far, it's not been enough. Like you mentioned, Operation 34, thanks to that court point, was able to get the advantage. And as the hard point is gonna be resetted back onto P1, we're gonna see that 30, a little bit over 30 points advantage for Operation 34. Of course, Shredded still fighting to stay in place, but they're gonna get taken out this time a lot quicker than it was on the first rotation. Operation 34 was not happy about the fact that they barely got any points in P1 last time, and that's exactly why Munoz, and Legacy are just raiding everyone that attempts to go through the middle. I see a strong push going through the middle. On the first time that they were trying to get there from Shredded, ended up not working out, as Operation 34 was ready for that.
I'm going to go ahead and hark on this for a second, because I just feel like this needs to be called out. Joyful, Tomb, and Scott all selling here, as Scott does have a Predator missile selected, but he doesn't have a cluster. You can't come into a game like this unprepared. Tomb has a Predator missile selected, but not a cluster, and then Joyful just has the Predator missile as well. So 3 players missing opportunities. I'm not saying that it would have made a difference in this matchup, but if you have confidence in your gameplay and you think that you know, I don't care what the situation is, I think you still should have the cluster strike selected. There shouldn't be any like excuse to why there's not a cluster strike, regardless if you get it or not. If you have the opportunity, you're never gonna know now, because we don't even have the option of seeing if you could get it, as we do see P2 open up, and Operation 34 slinging some wood right now. These guys are coming through, and they have a bit of a 80-point advantage at the moment. So P2, going to be grateful for them. They get an early break. They are going to coast by, as Shredded is going to continue to get bodied, as game number 1 looking hella good for Operation 34. Pending screenshots, but I don't think we had a screenshot issue from this team last night. I'm assuming we won't have one here, but you can never assume anything nowadays. So P2 going to be grateful for them. They're going to have now an 100 advantage. What is going on? Shredded, getting shredded at the moment.
Yeah. Well, once it was a really close matchup, has been more and more in favor of Top 34. Like you mentioned, over 100 points advantage for themselves. The deficit on Shredded continues to grow, as they are now fighting inside of this garage area. Munoz, the only one alive for Top 34, is gonna end up dying to West, but overall that advantage, even if they cannot get into the garage area, which was coincidentally the strongest hard point, the defense in a way for Shredded. But even if they had 100% control, it's not gonna be enough, right? The disadvantage is just really huge. They need to holding strong for more than a single one, and so far they were working pretty nicely, but now we're gonna see a push going and taking place by Op 34, getting 3 players inside. Munoz getting a grenade kill, getting a couple kills with that Bison, cleaning up that hard point, that heal, getting about 14 points. But when you're over 200 points in your favor, those 14 are really huge amount of objectives for you.
On what I just put in chat, is this Shredded main? Doesn't matter. This is the team that they're playing with at the moment. And if you're putting this team up to represent Shredded, like right now they're getting shredded, and the deficit is a matter of you know if it's the main team or not. I'm assuming this is their main, because honestly, this is you know, a majority of the players that I see, Tomb, Scott, you know, I see these guys often, but a 250 to 120 game is just, regardless of having main or not, dude, this is who you put out to represent Shredded in the qualifier event. You know, this is, you know, the cards they've been dealt. This is the play that they made They got to run with it. And they got bodied, bro. First game goes in favor of Operation 34. It is not looking too good for the guys over at Shredded at the moment.
Is the QQ9 banned? Yes, it is. It is banned alongside with the DRH. And looking out at the scoreboard, Munoz is going to be the one on the MVP spot, being 2 minutes and 24 seconds inside of the hard point, getting 32 kills and only dying 21 times. That's the carry that you want to see each and every single game for your team,
Okay.
or even being that player yourself. Well, on the opposite end, like Shredded just struggling, only 2 players being over a minute inside is just not enough.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and speak on elaborate. I was expecting a lot more from Shredded this game, and I didn't mean to disrespect anybody with that comment, but you know, you sent these guys in to do the job. They did not get the job done. Operation 34 piped, this game as 32 and 21 for Munoz. 2 minutes and 24 seconds on the hill for him. 27 to 17 for Munoz. 2 minutes and 6 seconds on the hill. These guys all had almost 2 minutes collectively on the hill. Jesus
Mm-hmm.
Christ. Yeah. If those guys were supposed to represent, Shredded in this matchup, they should have been here because I've been talking about this Operation 34 team since last night. They are not a team you need to sleep on, bro. They are not a team you need to sleep on.
Yeah, you're definitely right, and they just proved that, right? It was just also close for the majority of the first half of the game, but once both teams got over 100 points, I would say they just got onto a streak that they didn't allow. Like they were close to 100, both teams at the same time, and by the time Operation 34 got 150, the side of Shredded was able to get like what 20 only. That was just such a clean and control coming out of them. It's gonna show you that you cannot sleep at any given moment, even if you think it's close. You need to have any sort of advantage, or else they're gonna capitalize on your own mistakes and bring in the pain that ultimately caused Shredded to lose this first game.
Yeah, Shredded, as I said, just did not put their best foot forward in this matchup. It started off pretty close. Operation 34. I don't think did they get any time on that first hill. No, I think that was all Shredded, and that was
It
pretty
was all
much the
Shredded most.
only hill that they were able to manage the entire game single-handedly. So, second point was contested, third point was contested, fourth point was all Operation 34. We saw how the rest of that game plan out. Um, this game was just like I said, it was close at the beginning and just continued to slip out of the hands of Shreddit moving forward. So Operation 34 takes the first game. They're up 1-0. Can't sleep on these guys as they take that first game with a bit of ease. We're going to see the bounce back from the second game here as Search and Destroy on Tunisia is going to battle back.
Yeah, Search and Destroy on Tunisia. We're gonna have Shredded being the one team that is gonna be attacking. And we've seen teams struggle when they're on the offensive side before, right? We've seen them not being able to completely commit to like one bomb or the other, mainly because of how exposed that means that you're gonna get, right? I feel like in this particular map, if you want to go for a rush, it can be risky. It can also be paying off in your favor, but it's pretty much like a gamble in a way. Because if you are rushing and your enemy is ready for that, you're gonna suffer a lot to begin with in the early stages of that round specifically.
Absolutely. This is one of those maps where the A side is going to be favorable to the defending team. If the attacking team can manage to get to the A side first, it'd be a hell of an advantage, but the chances of that happen are very, very slim. So we're going to see a lot of a B side pushing. If you're a competitive team, we'll see a lot of the top tier competitive teams make B pushes. It's a little more strategic because it's a bit of a challenge for both teams to get there. And the positioning is a little more even, in my opinion. Mid is just going to be a cluster. And as I said, A, there's no advantages. I'm reading chat, guys. OG Pulse, tell me you commit fraud without telling me you commit fraud. Just told me that you would fake a birth certificate, bro. Come on now. What's going on here? Y'all can't be putting that in chat, dude. I can't condone that kind of behavior. You know? Son coming through. What's good, son? How did y'all do at Mobile Mayhem Battle Royale event tonight, bro? I know that's like week 5 of 6, right?
It seems like we're gonna be spamming that button to begin with. We only need Joyful to be ready. And we will start off with this game of Tunisia, Search and Destroy. There you have it, game number 2. If you are just tuning into the stream, remember, this is a best of 3, and the advantage is already in the side of Up34, who will most likely gonna be pushing towards closing this as quickly as they humanly can.
I don't see the sniper that they had last night. That's Muniz, right? Muniz.
I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken. Let me keep an eye onto him. He's not gonna be the sniper. He's actually Muñaz,
Well, yeah,
the
I'm
player on the
saying
spot
last
number
night I know
1.
Muniz was hitting some crispy snipes, but I do see
I
Muñoz
agree.
actually picking up the sniper this game, as the PP19 is going to be in hand by 4 players. We're going to see 2 players from Shredded as Munoz picks up one on Tomb. Scott gets a refrag. Bomb's going to go down to the back of Scott. Scott's 50% health and is going to go ahead and get that plant down. 45 seconds on the clock, and now West is going to be left in
That
a very, very, I don't know, bro. This is a south looking position as I see the bomb get defused. West is not the location. It's going south right now. So, guys, we are going to see the second round start off as the boys over at Operation Dud 4 going to continue their dominance here in this best of 3. Balance, what's good, broski?
Yeah, definitely. That was a round that felt that Shred just couldn't capitalize at the end. Once they planted the bomb, they left West on his own. And he did have the sniper, but being with so many enemies alive and defending at the same time that they're defusing the bomb, it was quite hard for him to do. Munoz is yet again gonna get the first blood in favor of Up34, who are now starting their defense. Scott is gonna get a kill onto Legacy, but now Thum is gonna get taken down by Munoz, and yet a double kill for Munoz, who's still pushing onto the one remaining player, as Munoz also gets a kill himself. Like it feels like it's just so hard for them to maneuver around the way that Up34 is playing, that they don't even have a time for them to think about what the next move is, because Up34 is already in their faces.
Yep, Operation 34 going to continue on with their domination in this search and destroy. They take 2 rounds with a bit of ease, but as I say that, I will go ahead and, to be fair, it's one of those maps that some teams struggle on the attacking side. So if the guys over at Shredded can somehow manage to get 1 or 2 rounds here, we might be, in a better positioning as, the defending side could be a little more easy for them, as we do see another B push ensue. Bomb is still like right inside of that B hallway area. Wes is going to push up as he has opted to not snipe this round. Might be for the better, as he has yet to get on board with a kill. We're going to see a 5v5 ensue as Munoz, the sniper for the guys over at Operation 34, is going to be playing a little bit of backing up, as we do see a push come through to the top of the staircase. Joyful goes down early, and we are going to see Munoz actually pick up, no, he did have a sniper, he just picked up another gun.
Yeah, like it's quite interesting to see that. All right, Muñoz was able to get a kill, but both snipers on each side were just unable to get kills. Legacy gets the last remaining player from Shredded, while Muñoz is gonna be defusing the bomb, and 3-0.
You know
like
why
I said,
he was shooting there, because my guy was supposed to get he got the last kill. It's like, search or destroy honors. If you get the last kill, you get the bomb defusal too. The level of disrespect from was that Munoz that was left? He didn't care, bro. He just went ahead and got the defuse off. Got to give that to Legacy, bro. Legacy was pissed.
Yeah, he could only watch as his ally was actually defusing the bomb himself. But fourth round, already 3 in favor of Up34. Shred has to do something about it. This time around, I feel like they've been just rotating around between who's gonna be killing the bomb. This time is gonna be Joyful. He's gonna be thinking about pushing towards A. He spots the first enemy, but gets taken out rather quickly. He gets lasered by Legacy. Legacy already only with 2 kills himself. West was able to get a knock with that grenade, but I feel like that's not even gonna be enough. Like, the side of Shred currently on the 4th round, 6 kills in totals. That's something that it's just remarkable in a bad way. You know, it's really tough for them to find any sort of situations where they can get kills, they can get control. They like right now they don't have control of the bomb. In Operation 34, already realized where the bomb is at.
Just speak volumes of the gameplay that the guys over at Operation 34 come with. Big two-piece for Ace as we see him take down Munoz. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. One of the Moon Boys. He's going to go ahead and rotate back inside of this connector. Gets spotted by Legacy. Legacy gets the head glitch advantage, and we see him pick up his third kill in the round-ending one. 4 straight rounds over to the guys at Operation 34. Business as usual for them. As I read in chat, I don't know if Shred's getting pooped on, bro. They're getting shredded at the moment, but we'll see here as this is going to be the last side of the fence for Operation 34. Will this attack come through for Shredded as the unorthodox push is going to come through? 3 players top. Widery 2 players going to be on that A connector. Munoz actually going to take down West. Ace going to go down to Munoz as well. Munoz picks up 2 big kills. 6 kills on the board. 7 as he takes out another. Munoz takes out Joyful. It's going to leave Scott in a 1v4 scenario. This is not where you want to be at if you're Shredded, bro. This is just not a good game. As we see Munoz push up, kill him on that side of the boxes. This might be a 6-0. 6-0 in favor of the guys over at Operation 34. We'll see the attack from them here in this next round.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Scott being left alone in a 1v4, he tried to hide to hopefully get the enemies to go past by him
Like,
and
where else was
get
he
him from
gonna go,
behind.
bro? Like, I mean, come on, that box was about as far as he got, and he just, I don't know, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what was going on there. He just realized that he was in a bad spot. He like that's all he could thought of. It didn't work out. And like you mentioned, on the brink of getting not only like losing the game, but getting 6-0. It would be the first one. We've been close to getting it a few times today, but we haven't seen it just yet. Maybe Up 34 would be the team who makes it. Let's remember that now teams have switched sides. Now the side of Up 34 is gonna be in the aggressive side on the offensive where they have to plant the bomb. They already got the first kill onto Joyful with a grenade. Joyful, the last remaining player without a single kill in the game, got taken out early. Ace is actually gonna get a double piece for himself. Ace doing an amazing job now, helping the team a lot to be in a slight advantage. But as soon as I say that, a lot of people from Shredded are dying. Thumb is gonna get taken out by Munoz. That's gonna be the 6-0 that we were looking for. Up 34. We saw them yesterday just annihilating teams that are as huge as 11, and today they have done the same against Shredded.
Operation 34, OP, bro. OP 34, absolutely, guys. That is going to conclude our stream for the night as we see the boys over at Operation 34 kill the dreams of Shredded as they take the series 2-0. Big F in chat for Joyful as he goes 0-6. Munoz pops off with 8-3, 8-3 for Munoz. 6-1 for Munoz. That's huge. Legacy 4-2, 3-3 for Munoz. Shredded just not able to get any kind of action in this Search and Destroy matchup. They didn't have a grip on the hard point either, bro. Shredded looking like, Operation super OP. They are still hot from last night. That's right, Grim. I got to go ahead and agree with you. Operation 34 is definitely one of those standout teams in this qualifier event, to be honest with you. I'd like to see them take on the likes of XrK, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't think XrK wants that smoke, bro.
Yeah, that would be a match that I would be intrigued to see. That would be like one of the tests for both of the teams at the same time. Of course, the fact that we haven't seen too much ourselves in this tournament for XrK and Up 34 just being on a good streak themselves. I would like to see that soon, but that will be for the future as today's matches have come to an end. Verdict.
That is right, guys. That is gonna do it for the stream tonight. We saw some pretty good matchups. We saw one that we won't talk about ever again. You all know who I'm talking about. At any rate, we do see this series into our stream. We are going to get geared up for some Mobile Mayhem EU tomorrow. Be sure to join us, as this is going to be the first round of the quarterfinals. We have some big games tomorrow, guys. It's going to be a huge Mobile Mayhem event, as we're going to see the spring 2021 season come to an end, guys. And we're going to see this in a qualifier event just start off, as we're only in week 2. We're going to be back live on Wednesday at 8 p.m. sharp, 8 p.m. Eastern time, guys. That's right. I'm going to leave the final words to my guy, Gil. What do you got for us, bro?
Well, like I said, I'm excited to see more of these teams pop off. We already saw Operation 34 doing it, and I'm sure that we're gonna have hopefully more surprises from teams in here. And I do hope to see you all being in here back again with us. Thank you so very much for joining us today. Make sure that you join us for the next one as well. Thank you, Berg, for having me in here, for hosting and all. Thank you guys for being in here as per usual, and we will see you all later.
That is right, guys. Big shout out to Trovo, HyperX, Juju G, and SXC Finger Sleeves. Make sure you use code Meseeks at checkout. Go ahead and get geared up for a raid. Don't go anywhere.